What's happening, people? Welcome to Wrestling's podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Mandem at MANSCAPED. They've just released their new Lawnmower 4.0, not 1.0, not 2.0, not 3.0, 4.0. Make sure you guys use our discount code, the Mandem, for 20% off and for free shipping. And bruh, say thank you to your balls because I'm not trying to cut my balls off, so you shouldn't cut your balls off. Big up the Mandem. They've got some amazing boxes as well. Big up Manscaped. Make sure you guys enjoy the episode and we'll see you guys soon. Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the WRESTHINGS podcast, the Kenny Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
Yo, what's going on? Episode 110 of the WRESTHINGS podcast. Normally we'll give a clap, but let's give a clap anyway.
Make some noise of 110.
Yo, I've just come back from JA. Have I got a tan? You think I got a tan? No. I didn't work hard enough. I haven't got Adam Cole's tan. What do you think of Adam Cole's tan?
It's on this.
This is chill, bro.
No, I live in Essex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm not fam. This guy's just chill, fam. But yeah, before we go into intros, full instruction on Nafi, formerly known as the VHS Pappy. To my left, I've got
Del Boy's not here.
He's not yet.
When I say guap, you say
I'm sorry.
I feel so over. Now, I've been watching wrestling since 1990, been observing since 2001. TDMOG, I'm all about facts and data over agenda. There's County Cowboy Bill Watts references today. It's your boy L, aka Knowledge.
Bill Watts got mentioned in that Vince McMahon interview, by the way.
What did he say?
So,
what did he say?
You need to listen to it. It's a very good interview.
It's not. I've watched bits of it.
Like it?
I watched bits of it.
WRESTHINGS podcast!
What the fuck did he say? What's that for? What? One second. What's going on? He was talking, fam. He was talking.
Acknowledge me. This is Lincoln Jack representing WRESTHINGS back on the pod.
Ignore me.
I'm back. But Lincoln, one second.
That's my name. That's my.
I want to get into you a bit. I like it. I'm going to get you a bit, but I'll sort it out.
I'm still working out the kinks.
Before JR signed to WWE or something like that, apparently there was a meeting with bare other promoters, innit? And all of them were planning to kill Vince McMahon.
That's true.
Yeah, he said it. He was like,
I'm sure the promoters.
He said Bill Watts was the Cowboy. Bill Watts was there.
Cowboy
Some
Van,
other guy, yeah, all them, they were
yeah.
like, how they were plotting to kill Vince McMahon, and JR's the one that told him.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, all this over wrestling, fam.
Vince McMahon. No, Vince McMahon was taking a piss. Not taking a piss, but he basically, he ran he Yu-Gi-Oh the thing, fam.
He had ops.
Yeah,
We can talk about that, but yeah, I 100% believe that. 100% believe that. You know, he was a young promoter of all these new ideas, and he was trying to change wrestling, and they were old and they were out of touch. You know,
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar.
They were all living in an era.
Continued.
Yeah, they were all living in the past, and he had all these new ideas, and they didn't understand the vision. And to be fair, he was trying to get rid of them. He was trying to put those guys out of business. Those legends, the Fritz von Erichs and the Van Gagnes and Cowboy Bill Watts and those guys, he was trying to get rid of them and wipe them off the face of the earth. So they were willing to do anything to keep their territories, and including trying to kill him.
That's so mad. Do you know how much of a threat you have to be for different ops to get together and become one?
Yep.
To get rid of one common enemy.
Imagine doing that today.
See, that's the dark side of the ring. What I want to see.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why you got me here.
Okay, let me do. Take two, mate, on my new intro. WRESTHINGS podcast. Acknowledge me. This is Lincoln Jack representing WRESTHINGS back to back. You know, back to back appearances on the podcast.
Yeah. It's been overdue, man. I know you've been asking to come podcast for time, so.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Lincoln second match.
Bro, man. Mr. Ola.
Mr. Ola! In the flesh.
You know what's mad, yeah? Don't kill me in it. So I remember, obviously I didn't know your name was Ola in it. I'll call you as Tamura. So on the group
That's
chat,
what I called him as well.
on the actual WRESTHINGS group chat, I said, Tamura's Dan. Derek messaged me, goes, are you crazy? His name's not called Tamura. What black boy do you know is called Tamura? So I've gone back and checked the name. He goes, your name is Ola. Yeah. I was like, yeah. Where did the name Tamura come from?
Obviously, I started from a character on a video game.
Speaking to the mic. Yeah, we want to hear your voice, bro.
Okay.
Man's got what's Barry White.
Nah, it all just started from a video game, man. WWE 2K. Been playing since like probably like Here Comes the Pain.
Oh,
I've been playing, and then yeah, man, that's where it came from.
So Tamura's a character in the game.
Yeah, man.
So you make great characters, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I want to get you on Cause R Us this season still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down still.
Where you based?
East. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll link up still. Sorry, I will talk after. I don't want about in
Nah,
DC. Is it Stratford?
I think that's
close, not too far.
Cool.
Not too far. But yeah.
We'll sort that out, man. But yeah, that's my guy Ola Tamura. Tamura, the best in the game. Ola, give me jokes, man.
Alright, Mr. HMA, you already know.
Let's take it away, bro.
Yo, people, it's Laps, the main event living
Champagne Sipper.
Back again for that
Wrestle Talk.
that Smack
Talk.
Talk, that Kenny Omega
Talk.
that get Wrestlings to 10k subscribers
Talk.
And we're in the building.
Yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, aka the whole Japanese correspondent, aka the CEO, the president, the commissioner, the TDM, Tokyo Dome merchants. We in the building. Woo! I had to say there's 2 TDM members in the building. Two TDM members in the building, always represented. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
Click heavy, deep.
Okay. The Ring of Honor, we need to shed light on that a lot because I know you got a lot to say about Ring of Honor deal.
Yeah, sure, we can talk about that.
But before we talk about it, do you want to talk about what do you call it? Jeff Hardy debut. I want to talk about. I got some funny things to say. My thing is this, yeah.
Are you gonna talk about how he literally just did the whole Thriller dance before he went down?
I love the dance. That's signature, right?
Yeah,
That's signature.
He was feeling it.
The feeling exactly.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Do you know what would been sick though? Yeah, that's a sick top by the
He
way.
felt the Holy Spirit.
Just it would have made sense, yeah, if he's basically the music hits, he doesn't come out yet, but everyone in the ring was still fighting. Why? You're hearing a familiar sound. Everyone should stop and look at the ring thing, and after he comes out, stands there, looks at the ring, looks at Matt Hardy, winks at Matt Hardy. As he's coming down the ramp now, he does the and goes into the ring.
That was before, that was after William Regal's segment, isn't it?
Yeah.
William Regal took up time.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh
He
really?
did.
William Regal.
Yeah, he actually tweeted. He actually tweeted
tweeted
earlier.
out a tweet saying, I just certain talent out there took up too much of the time, innit? Because that's what you could tell his problem was a bit flustered, didn't it? So I think they just rushed. I think they just rushed.
I didn't even clock that though. It was
I
seamless.
thought it was like,
You couldn't see it, but the director was on the floor telling him to wrap it up, but he didn't wrap it up. There was loads of people that were saying at ringside, they're saying, yeah, the director was telling him to speed up and he wasn't doing it. He was ignoring it.
No, but you know, it's stuff.
He was on a roll though.
Yeah. I think if you're a wrestling fan and if you know how wrestling shows are paced like that, you kind of knew that was overrunning. But now I'm like,
I didn't clock was overrunning. Maybe I was tired, innit? I don't know. I wasn't like. Do you get what I mean? It's like a thing where it's like, man's pouring out his heart. Even when he said, when I first came to this country, you, Tony Schiavone, you helped me. From that moment there,
he was choking up in
it.
it.
Was an emotional moment.
Yeah.
All of that was coming from the heart. That wasn't any written promo.
I think one thing that was making me laugh was that he was basically like, I don't know if you guys clocked, you see.
Oh shit! Yeah. Hey, he was treating Daniel Bryan and John Moxley like his sons.
When he was talking about John Moxley, I feel like Daniel Bryan's gonna be his favorite son.
Yeah.
He wasn't giving John Moxley. John Moxley was walking around pissing. He wasn't giving John Moxley the props.
Hey, do you know how was that? I'll get to you too. I'll get to you soon.
Daniel, I'm thinking Bryan Danielson's got the Joseph Technicolor coat right now, fam. I can't lie. The best in the world. He said he's a perfect wrestler, but John Moxley was walking around like this.
Walking around
like this, bro.
Yeah, he was like, you're alright, Tony.
Yeah, like you got attitude, but him is the best in the world. He's everything a wrestler should be.
He is. Danielson is. He looks at Danielson like his son. If you read his book, he talks about Bryan Danielson like, you know, and Danielson in his book talks about Regal like he's a father figure. It's a really. I said it last time I was here. I said they should get Regal in to be Danielson's manager. I did say that when last time I was here, but
remember.
Yeah, it was really good. Sorry. And Tony Schiavone, when he said that, Tony Schiavone, Like, he looked so emotional when he was like, I mean,
His voice broke.
he said that Tony was the guy that helped him do promos because he never cut promos.
Oh, really?
Before.
He was Tony one that helped him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tony was a stick guy. So
I thought he said he helped him when he got to the country. I said when he got to the
No.
country, he got
Yeah.
the house and
No.
nothing. But
Yeah.
it's in the actual wrestling way.
when Regal started working in the UK, he wasn't cutting promos and stuff. He was working. Like,
He's wrestling. Yeah, he's coming and doing that.
He's
Yeah,
wrestling,
yeah.
so he didn't know how to do any of that. He comes to WCW, and he had to learn how to cut promos, and he had to learn what to say. And Tony Schiavone was always the perfect guy to carry someone on the microphone. He'd always, when he saw they were getting flustered, he'd pull the mic away and he'd give them time to come up with something else. There's no scripting back then. It was just, you had to go out and say you had 45 seconds to come up with something smart, and he helped Regal a lot. So it was a really, really nice moment for him. And Regal, what a good promo. That's probably the longest promo he's cut in 20 years.
Yeah.
I liked it. That's definitely going to cement his career for sure. But I also like the seeds that are being planted because it's like a sibling rivalry that's about to happen. You know? Like, it reminds me a bit of Naruto and Sasuke. Anime, you know.
Yeah, I really, do you know what it is? I like the fact that it's weird. Like, obviously over the years, you look at Regal as an on-screen character, but this one felt very human. Like,
Oh
it
yeah.
felt like he stripped everything back and spoke and stuff. And yeah, honestly, put the tag team belts on these guys ASAP because
Oh, 100%.
these man. These man could easily, like, I don't find violence. I don't know. Give
To
them,
the
call them
moon,
violence,
yeah.
bro.
Like, they beat the
Man
hell
said,
out
yeah.
of that
Man
team.
said, yeah. What did he say? Be stepped on or be what? Step up or be stepped on.
Hey, that's the name of the podcast.
That's the
name.
Yeah. Step up, be
Step
stepped
up,
on.
be
Stepped on.
Do you know what you're taking from that, bro? And the fact that one of them actually steps on, man. It's emotion, fam. Do you get what I mean, fam?
I feel like these two, Daniel Bryan and John Moxley, they were made for each other. Because we have to be real. Daniel Bryan, he's tapped as well, you know. He's a bit tapped.
Yeah.
And John Moxley can easily be like a Daniel Bryan too when he wants to be.
Yeah.
Quick question. I didn't really watch NXT when I was young. Like NXT beginning when I was young, yeah. When Daniel Bryan first came through the ranks, I remember they were giving him like the sympathy type character.
Yeah.
Was William
The
Regal there? I remember he had a match with Regal and after he came out and after they're playing that that American, what's it?
The man's man.
The man's man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did he actually when did them man actually buck heads in WWE? Do you guys remember?
Yeah, so when Danielson was trained by, well, I say he was trained by Shawn Michaels.
Michaels,
He
yeah.
trained with Shawn Michaels, and Regal used to be down there as well. Regal used to train him and Kendrick and
Brian Kendrick,
Paul London and
What happened to Paul London? Do you know who he is?
he's still about, isn't he?
Doing what?
He still trains. He's got a school. He does train people. And
He's
what,
amazing,
What
bro.
was the name of Shawn Michaels' nephew? He had a nephew who
Oh,
was wrestling. His name. He worked for Ring of Honor.
He
Michael
was on
Shane.
TNA. He was on Michael Shane.
Mike Shane.
Mike Shane,
And
yeah,
yeah,
TNA.
so he was all trained with them, and Regal did a lot of work with him, and Regal really latched on to Danielson. So he got, when Danielson was under developmental contract with WWF in like 2000, 2001, Regal was his guy that would always help him out and try and get him booked and try and give him opportunities. And then when he got fired, Regal looked after him the whole time. Regal would get him in to do dark matches, and Regal would get him booked all over, or try and get him booked all over the place. So, you know, proper father figure type relationship.
He got fired for the.
That was a
Choking
decade later. He got
Oh.
fired.
Oh, okay.
Budget cuts in 2001 when they were getting rid of loads of guys because they got the WCW guys come over as well as their own developmental guys, and they cut maybe about 30 wrestlers in 2001.
Wait, so is this before or after the Velocity match with Cena? I think
This
he had
would
a
have
Velocity
been
match.
before.
Before.
This would have been before. I think that the match you're talking about, I think, was in 2003, where Danielson was already a known commodity out there.
That's crazy.
It's crazy how long these wrestlers have actually been on WWE program, like on WWE TV. Like, where there's pictures of Tommaso Ciampa being on a SmackDown like in like 2004 or something.
Do you know if you go even way back, like, because I love to watch like superstars, and you get jobbers on there.
Yeah.
I remember one day I was watching it, and I saw Scotty 2 Hotty.
Yeah, Scott Taylor used to do jobs.
And I'm like, fam, Scotty 2 Hotty's been there since the 90s, having matches with people like Skinner and who else is there?
It's on the early Raw show.
Yeah, and Coco Beware. And I'm like, fam, how and even
WCW.
WCW. And I even saw Rob Van Dam one day on filming.
He did jobs on Nitro. Or
Nitro
WCW.
on Saturday night.
Yeah,
Saturday
not
night.
Nitro, excuse me. Yeah,
Saturday night,
he
innit?
did
Yeah.
jobs on Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, and he actually got a good show on there as well. Like, he's actually putting in kicks and all sorts of stuff. So it's mad how you'll sit back. Even Justin Roberts, you just saw in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's mad how you go back and watch stuff and you're like,
Eddie
wait.
Guerrero used to do jobs in WCW in the late
Really?
80s. Yeah.
as Eddie Guerrero? Was
That's
as
Eddie Guerrero.
Shit.
Yeah.
I think Dark Order were on SmackDown one time.
What's his name?
Alex Reynolds and John Silver.
Yeah, you see Bear, man.
And what's Johnny Hungy?
Yeah,
he was on Over the Limit. He was.
Oh really?
What was it? It was Over the Limit. It was on a pay-per-view, and he had a match against I think it was Ryback. Ryback took both of them on. And he finished both of them. Yeah,
I bring back Ryback, by the way.
yeah.
He blocked me, but
Now we're good.
He-
You got the network. You can watch him there.
See him at CYN, man.
Yeah, you stay over there.
Revolution though.
Woo!
Revolution.
Nothing but knowing I know what I know.
Why?
It was alright.
I don't know there.
Well,
Yeah,
Revolution was like-
it wasn't all out. It wasn't all out.
Yeah.
No,
Oh yeah.
but we need to stop comparing
Yeah,
it to All Out.
I was being
that's
being
the bar,
sarcastic.
innit?
You lot.
Yeah.
Like Revolution to me was one of the all-time great wrestling pay
Thank
Okay, no, I'll tell you
Thank
what.
you.
I'll tell you what. It was yeah.
It was a good paper.
It was a very good paper.
Very good pay-per-view.
Even the pre-show matches.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty sure it was sick.
I think it was very good. I feel like you see we can't expect All Out.
Yeah.
All Out is literally like top 5.
Do you know what
You can't-
I think tax on there's also tax on there as well.
What and how?
How tax?
No, but everyone loves All Out. Like All Out is unanimous.
I know, but I'm saying in
For
terms
us.
of, I love
Yeah.
all out regardless, but how
Yeah.
made it?
The
Yeah.
environment.
It took it
Yeah.
there.
Where you watch wrestling really controls how you're gonna.
But I thought
Is that watching football when you watch, for example?
I wasn't there. It's top 5 to me.
Yeah, obviously, but it's top 5 thing. But on another, it's replaced WrestleMania 20 for me. But the how tax took it to.
I feel like this
I hear it.
pay-per-view, yeah, I'm actually happy I watched this one at home and not how. Because this one, I felt like the pacing
You fall
was...
asleep?
Huh?
Full seat.
No, I watched all of it through.
I fell asleep at 9.
I was there. I
Nah,
was at Howder just chilling. Fam. You know what? You know, funny story. I booked my ticket during the week, and I'm like, do I go?
It was
Because I'm not.
empty.
It was empty. It was, like, and do you know where? Do you know where we chill? Yeah.
Nah.
Fam, deserted.
Look, show Adafi the snaps after the pod. It's a travesty. fam.
You know what it is?
It was empty, bro.
You know, do you know
Ah,
why?
yeah.
It's
Pandemic.
because it was
Daily- it was-
everyone got work.
It was
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
Daily's
that's the
place,
thing.
fam. It was Daily's place.
2020, Daily's place, man.
It was a travesty.
Fam, to be fair, yeah. If
The wings.
yeah, I had wings.
Man,
Man, I have wings. Just
you know how
looking at me.
I just mad, yeah. When we have the wings, we share
rotate.
It. So, for example, we'll buy like 3 boxes of wings.
Yeah.
I'll have his wings, you have your wings, I have my wings. Everyone's eating. But the fact you bought for yourself, bro, you're probably looking to your left or right. I can't finish.
Yeah, I put, yeah.
You had this boy there though.
Yeah.
That
What
guy.
was it, yeah?
Huh?
Guy.
Who?
You had your arm around some guy.
Oh, no, I mean, no, yeah, I mean, like, whenever, so before I met you guys, yeah, whenever I go to all these wrestling functions like Repro or Hooked on Wrestling, well, like all these wrestling functions or whatever, I'll always find a way to make wrestling friends because we're all there, we'll all watch the wrestling.
that's
But then, yeah, that's what did it in it because yeah, tomorrow it was. Oh, by the way, Hooked on Wrestling, WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Eric Young's gonna be there.
They told us. They told me at Rumble still.
They're doing 2 nights.
Yeah, I think.
They're doing 2 nights Hooked on Wrestling, yeah?
Yeah,
I
I don't.
though.
So when that one,
Yeah, Night 1 is probably gonna be, yeah.
If something changes along the lines, I might even be there.
Oh, yeah,
But-
yeah, sorry, yeah. Anyways, yeah. If I was there at Hooked on Wrestling, yeah. But if I was at home, I would have. Whether I was at home or Hooked on Wrestling, I would have screamed the fuck out of the place if it was when I heard CM Punk's Misericantary music play. I know.
Order
Yeah.
the card.
I can't wait to get to them because like, fam.
Yeah, you were saying you were watching at home and you felt.
Nah, I watched that at home, yeah, and I was like, do you know what? Sometimes, yeah, because I feel like with Hooked on Wrestling, yeah, big them out every time. It's not disrespect to the show, but it's just like sometimes I like enjoying pay-per-views just in the
yourself.
for myself, innit? Because sometimes it's like, yeah, it's like you need like All Out is the perfect pay-per-view to watch with people, but sometimes this one I just liked like I just liked taking it in for myself. And then like I didn't watch the pre-show, but I heard
Pre-show
like
was sick.
I'm gonna watch it back. But what was the pre-show saying?
It was good. We had what's it called? The black. What's it called again?
House of Black as a House of Black of Orion.
Nah,
See the entrance, bro?
Erick Rowan.
Erick Rowan, Erick Rowan,
Erick Redbeard.
Penta Black and Pac.
That's
Sick
right.
match.
Redbeard showed up, you know.
He showed up. What I missed?
He was really good.
He
was there, wasn't he? He was always in the right place, and I don't really think he's that good, but like that night, he had his
done a
working
good job.
shoes
He's
on.
trying to get contracts, isn't it?
No,
Yeah,
but how can
yeah.
you not be
Shoes
good
on.
with those sort of people in the ring, though?
Bro, that guy used to work in that pace. Like, they were going for it. They didn't slow down for him 1 minute. He was there every single time.
was that,
So
man?
big up. Luchasaurus too, by the way. That had to be Luchasaurus' best
Best
match.
match,
Yeah.
We're gonna
watch it back the next day.
we're gonna get there.
He did not miss. Sorry, go on.
He hasn't missed in a while. Can't lie.
Yeah, missed. Yeah, before.
Nah,
I mean,
but
he had
before he was hitting, before he was.
miss.
But nah, like
So I'm gonna buy that toy.
yeah. Nah, I heard. So like, who would you say out of like that trios match was like the MVP standout performer of the match?
I can't lie. I wasn't a big fan of Brody King before, but he's really showing up to. He was great. He's sick. Who else is there that was sick?
All of them.
I can't really.
Yeah, because obviously
Pat.
Pat. I haven't watched the match, but I know Matthew's gonna show. I know
he
Pat's
was
gonna
there.
show out.
Yeah.
I know Malachi's gonna show out. So
Malachi needs to take off that eye mask though. It's done still.
yeah.
I'm seeing wearing that press junkets as well. Like it's done still. Like how can you play Batman and the bro? We want to see you talk about your match. Bro, no, it's done. What do you guys think about that? Is that imagine if there was a press conference and Kamala still wearing his mask.
You see,
Dave,
but
he's
this is what Undertaker likes. This is what Undertaker likes. Keep Cave. This is what Undertaker likes. Keep Kayfabe. Keep it alive.
WWE are dropping a sick documentary. It's called WWE Evils. It's executive produced by John Cena. And they're going to talk about how it feels to be a heel. And Roman Reigns mentions that the character he's playing now is the character he is outside of wrestling.
Oh,
So
man.
it's sick. It's sick watch. Sick.
But yeah, man.
Oh, that's mad.
You told me something about Kayfabe. I know you got a story about Kayfabe, bro.
Cave. What can I tell you about Cave? Back in the day.
You gonna say Volkov?
No. I'll say this. Back in the day, pro wrestling was such a serious business, and you had to pretend, you had to promote that wrestling was real all the time. Like all the time, whatever you were doing, you had to pretend that you were the person that you were on television. So if you had a Russian accent on television, you had to pretend that you had a Russian accent in public. Nikita Koloff, as an example.
He's a pastor now.
Yeah, he's a pastor. He was from Minnesota, but he spoke in a Russian accent because he was the Russian on television. If you couldn't speak English on television, you had to pretend. Like, for example, Sheik, Sabu's uncle, the original Sheik, he never spoke on television, so in public he wouldn't speak. Obviously, he'd speak at home.
He'd just be quiet.
But, yeah, he wouldn't speak.
So if he goes shopping, what's he gonna say?
Nothing. His wife would deal with it. Or whoever is with would deal with it. He wouldn't speak in public. Mexican wrestlers who wore masks, they wouldn't take their masks off. They wouldn't take... There are some women that married Mexican wrestlers.
Yeah,
and
with their
didn't
mask.
know- they never took the mask off.
Yeah.
Wait, imagine.
So you're telling me
Man, them are there on
for
their
better
wedding
for
day.
worse,
With the mask.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the wife hasn't seen the person's face.
No, the guy's got the mask. You see,
I'm
only
saying-
one person is getting unveiled.
What about in the bed?
Only one person.
What about in the bed? What about in the bed? What about in the bed?
You ain't got...
Obviously, he takes off the mask. He's shmeating out without the mask.
It depends. Some people take like luchador culture.
It's
For
spiritual,
some
innit?
people,
It's
it's like religion.
It's serious
So
business.
like for some
It's like
people,
obia. Some of them put obia in it and stuff, innit? Like
I don't know
juju.
about that.
I've heard some of them take their thing and take it to like the witch, like a witch doctor or something. After they put the thing in it.
Put it this way.
The same thing as boxing, bro.
Put it this way. If you lose a mask versus mask match or here versus mask and you take that mask off, there are bare people, at least back in the day, when they took their mask off, that was the first time that a lot of people actually saw what they look like. You know,
I hear it.
but like even when we talk about tough guys in pro wrestling, like Cowboy Bill Watts, when he ran Mid-South, if you he had to get he had to get tough guys working for him. If you lost a fight, because back in the day people would try pro wrestlers. It's not like nowadays. Like people would want to test your gangster basically. So you'd have Hercules or Dr. Death, Steve Williams or you know Butch Reed or whatever, and guys would try and pick fights for them in bars. And Cowboy was always saying to them, if they do that, you got to protect the business. You got to destroy them, and you got to destroy them. And if you lost a fight, you're fired.
What?
No.
If you lost a fight, you're fired.
No, but more times, I think that's good because you have permission to beat someone up bad and you're not going to lose your job.
And it was different back then because there were no lawsuits and stuff back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
You were protecting the business if you destroyed a fan in a bar, or if you were at ringside and someone threw a punch at you. and you beat him up. Or, Cornette used to carry the tennis racket. The reason why he used to carry the tennis racket, because it was a weapon. Because, they'd shape shots at him.
I've
So
always wondered though.
that's why he used to carry...
smack it off.
It was a perfect thing to he'd call it a windmill. So he just spin it around when they'd riot. So, that's what pro wrestling was back in the day. You had to protect the business. If you didn't, especially in those days, you'd lose your job. Lots of guys got fired because they got beat up. Cowboy Bill Watts actually worked for WWE when Shawn Michaels got beat up by those Marines. And he wanted Shawn, Davey Boy, and X-Pac. He wanted them gone.
Are you crazy?
But we have to deeper though. It was like 4 against 1, no?
It wasn't. It was 4 guys. They were so zonked out on fucking pills. Davey Boy and X-Pac were trapped on a car at the back seat of the car or whatever.
Oh, they banged him in the car?
Yeah, Shawn got dragged out the car. And the
Dragged man out the whip.
and Shawn got dragged out.
Get out the car! I said this ain't a bar. Touch the windows here. Get out the car. Get out the car.
So when they banged him, was it a thing where it's like Shawn Michaels aggravated them, or was it just?
Yeah. Shawn Michaels being Shawn Michaels in 1995, and the Marines weren't having it, so they waited for him and they beat him up. And Cowboy heard about that and he was like, "You 3 guys, you need to get fired. I'm not having it."
What was he expecting? What was he expecting Shawn to do? Like super
Bro,
giggle with them?
Yo,
like freaking Chuck Norris.
3 pro wrestlers getting beat up by 4 Marines.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Especially when one of them's David Boy Smith. It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
Oh,
and I remember Cowboy saying, if I had Dr. Death Steve Williams, he said, I'd pick any 4 guys.
Man. Yeah.
Try him. That was it. Or Ron Simmons. Pick one of those 4 guys. Pick any 4 guys against him. It's not going to happen. So
People, you're a wrestler, bro. You get paid to wrestle your fight.
wrestling training.
One bang, one arm lock, one real sharpshooter or something like that, bro. It's done. I'm even being silly.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
You ever put the walls on Jericho on someone in real life? You can actually finish them. You can snap someone in 2.
Boston Crab.
You try Brock Lesnar.
Camel clutch. Oh
yeah.
Or one of these guys. Like,
I'm still going first to Brock Lesnar though. I'll take the bang first for wrestling.
See, it's not gonna work like that.
I'm not involved. You see where Brock Lesnar bags you and you disintegrate, fam. Body parts start flying.
Listen, we'll come back to Revolution, yeah. Brock Lesnar walks in his ring now. He goes, "Oh, you man are all pussies." I'll thingy.
Oh.
Okay,
you man are all pussies.
You're right. To be honest, I needed that.
He slaps He slaps it on the
I'll
face.
apologise to him.
No.
I'm sorry,
He breaks my camera. I've got to shoot next week. I need a camera. I'm gonna stand here. We got to fight.
No, we have to fight.
You just use the chairs, man.
Listen, bro. There's so much weapons in this room, yeah. We could finish man off. Honestly, bro. All I need to do is hit one bang, yeah, and you man jump in. So you man gonna stand there and be like this?
Yes.
Nah, you man.
I hear it though.
This is a division.
There's 6 man.
This is a UFC.
One guy.
No,
Cool. One guy.
It's not even a...
If I bang
He's
man
not
in the
a guy,
face, yeah,
bruv.
if I bang man in the face, yeah, you man have. If he's concentrating on me, yeah, it's you man's turn to now run and do your thing.
But okay, how
Run. I'm running.
How long do you think? So wait, I'm here, yeah. I'm here.
You got a 4-second gap.
So in those 4 seconds, you're already down. You're knocked out. Cool.
No. He's got me in the Kimura.
He's gonna
So I'm
bang
like
you.
that, yeah. I'm like, you man.
Yeah,
So by the time he's focused, he's doing that, yeah.
He's gonna snap
Or one of you guys could literally just bang him in the head.
This is his
Let's bang him in the head.
Someone can step on his head, like.
Huh?
Someone can step on his head.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, obviously, they know what Russian is.
Fam, this is like plotting for Thanos for riving Titan or something.
Exactly, it's Thanos, bro. Revolution, bro.
Yeah. So the first match on the card was Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho. That was a proper good match.
Really good match.
I fell asleep after this match.
Yeah. Fucking no, you tapped that early, fam.
No, I had a long day. I went pool, went to eat.
Yeah.
I went out to the town.
Okay. Nah, but this match was good though. I'm happy that Eddie Kingston winning. Like,
Needed.
like yeah, man. Like this guy's over, man. Like we keep saying it, but he's nah, man. He's one of the best baby faces about, and it's just yeah, man.
It's especially what happened on Dynamite.
What a promo. He cut yesterday. Holy shit.
When he said, that what thing, Stone Cold's living here.
Yeah. I can't lie. People need
Why are you watting Eddie Kingston, fam?
People need to stop watting in general. Like it's dumb.
It's just a wrestling.
The watch chart only needs to happen with Stone Cold.
Look at the terrain that they're in, fam. They're in Florida, one. Eh? They're in Florida.
It was, I don't remember what Florida.
They're gonna do it in any state regardless. I just
Stone Cold don't even like it, does he?
He doesn't like it anymore.
Because even Christian's one that came up with it.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was Stone Cold.
Christian called him. Oh wait, I think he called Christian. And Christian kept saying what? What?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
So then I think he took it to like TV. They obviously took it to TV.
But yeah, man. Regardless of that,
I think don't quote me, but yeah, go do your
Just
research.
one guy saying it.
Fascinating.
yeah.
Except one go saying it.
Yeah, that was dumb. But yeah, like, what did you guys think of the match as a whole? Like, in terms of Eddie Kingston as a wrestler, I can't lie. Like, we talk about his promo ability, but in the ring, he's a good worker.
He can go.
He's a historian.
He's a good worker.
That was a G1 match.
Yeah.
That was a G1 match. Like,
You can tell that Eddie Kingston studies wrestling. Because some of the matches, some of the maneuvers he does in the ring is very Japanese oriented.
Yeah, he loves that shit.
Even the whole
He loves his idol's Masawa.
Yeah, he studies it proper. And like you look at Eddie Kingston, you wouldn't think he'll fight like that. You think he'll fight like a street brawler.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? But in ring, he actually takes it to another level.
he wears Kawada's colours, the black and yellow.
Yeah, well, even me and Earl were talking about this before, and it was like stuff like that is important because it keeps those people's names alive.
Yeah.
Like it keeps, because there'll be like a generation of fans that like aren't familiar with these people. But when Excalibur will say that, he's channeling Kawada, he's channeling Masawa, it'll be like, who are these guys?
I love that. I love that aspect,
And then
man.
that's the type of stuff that will keep these people's names alive. Because let's be honest, like not everyone's going back and watching that stuff. Well, not everyone's familiar with that type of stuff. Even though I'm TDM, there's bare Japanese shit I don't know, innit? So it's just like going back and then channeling these people in the ring and referencing these people's, it's a beautiful thing, and he does it well. It's not even like his cosplay, like he does it very well. So that match that's probably the best Jericho match I've seen in AEW in a while.
Jericho
In a while, yeah, he's lost it. He
looks great.
He looks great, man.
Yeah,
Great, man.
after NBA Twitter came for him.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
NBA Twitter cooked him.
Man.
But I can't lie, going back to that match, I think what cemented it for me was Eddie Kingston's reaction to winning.
Yeah, the
Oh,
pop,
man.
man.
That
He put it deep.
he was shocked, like, and obviously we all know I'm like, when it comes to Eddie Kingston, he can't win the big one. I'm a sucker for storytelling, so I was there, man. I was there.
I wish do you know that mirror match? Remember, was it mirror?
Yeah.
Oh man, is that all out?
All out.
Yeah.
I wish he won that match, bro. But this one makes up for it.
Yeah. I feel like, a title win is coming soon. Not the main TNT, but something is coming soon. Because I feel
Eddie
like,
Kingston?
At some point.
At some point. Like, when I say soon, I mean like 2 years. But
ROH?
like, nah, not that. But yeah, I'm just happy for Kingston, man, and I'm happy he's won over Jericho, and then they're continuing this feud. So this feud is probably going to spiral into like LAX
Jericho appreciation.
LAX. So that's what it's Santana Ortiz.
That's a shit name, by the way.
What?
That's the point.
It's
That's the point. It's supposed to be a shit name. It's like it's probably the most douchebag names they could think of. But it's all,
Jericho
it's
definitely thought that himself.
I think
purposely.
It's done on purpose, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, the next match we had on the card, I believe, was it was a triple threat tag match.
So you guys look out. I've just extended it to 10 o'clock. Is that fine with you guys?
Yeah, that's calm. I think
What a tag match.
Fuck me.
So what match?
Jungle Boy and Jurassic
I watched
Express.
that back the next day. That was
Jurassic
good.
Express versus Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks.
I want to say this shit. I have no idea how the Bucks remember all that stuff. I've never seen them miss. It's like they are always there. They remember their spots so well, and that's a lot of shit to remember.
Yeah, fam.
Like, and I never see a mess up or whatever. Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly is so good as well. It's like, I've
He's
seen him wrestle
amazing.
forever. Like, he is so good. Like, that was a great match. Like,
The ring psychology was off the chain in that match. Like I think there was like a whole 2 minutes. Yeah, where they were just building up to that one hot tag, and then you get Jungle Boy dodging and dipping over everything, like, and then just leading up to that huge hot tag from Luchasaurus. And Luchasaurus, man,
No, he's amazing. Like,
fam,
We're gonna get to that.
he's gone on leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
Man.
Luchasaurus. Like I've been very hot and cold on Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus does good things, does bad things, but I feel like now he's finally come into his own and understand what works. Because I felt like sometimes people say big men should be big men, but it's nice to see big men do athletic shit, but he picked his moments. That's the thing about Luchasaurus. He picked his moments, and some of the stuff he was doing was incredible.
You know, they kip up when he got the two guys in it for the choke slam, and then he kicked up and did the choke slam.
yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah, man, that match, like, it's Do you know what it is like? It's so hard to say what was match of the night because everyone's match of the night is
That
going to
was
be
my
big.
favourite match.
Yeah?
That was my favourite match.
Yeah, that tag match was phenomenal. And I'm just happy that Jurassic Express retained because, like, they are a good tag team, but I just felt like they never had that big match that really showcased and spotlighted them. Because the Rey Fenix match they had with, the Lucha Bros match they had was kind of tainted by the injury with Rey Fenix, and they've been stuck on Rampage. So it's like finally, like, and people start to question, okay, how good are these guys really? Like, and then to do that on the pay-per-view. Yeah, man. Like, Jungle Boy is, like, we spoke about it last time, but Jungle Boy is a star, man. Like, he's got to be something. Like, Jungle Boy is...
He's going to be a big star. He's Hollywood royalty. His dad.
Yeah.
It's just like... I mean...
His dad's an actor, innit?
You saw his dad
passed away.
Oh, shit.
big time in the 90s. He was a big time actor. Like, and it's like... He looks just like his dad.
Yeah.
And once he gets that confidence to be able to talk, the Christian program's going to help him a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to help whenever...
Do you think he's going to transfer to Hollywood?
No.
You think he'll stay wrestling forever?
No, he's a pro. He wants to be.
I mean, that avenue is always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact he looks like his dad might get him work or whatever.
Well, what's his dad's biggest film he's been in?
90210.
Oh, yes.
He was a lead in 90210 for years and years and years or whatever. But like the guy, I mean, I watched All Out 2019 the other day, and they had a match with SCU, and you would look at him then to what he is now. And it's like you don't really notice because you watch these guys every week, but it's such a contrast. He has improved so much. Like,
And he's still young.
and he's
young.
He's super
Very
young.
young.
He's a young boy.
I forgot of the full players. I think he's the youngest, right?
Yeah, I think
Pillars.
he's 23 now.
He's a 2000 baby.
AEW
He's a
talent.
2000 baby.
AEW got talent, man.
Definitely have talent. And the next,
Jade Cargill, right?
the next match on the card was the ladder match.
Yeah.
The Face of the Revolution ladder match. Wardlow.
Man, give me your honest opinion on that match, though.
It was fun. It was enjoyable.
It was fun.
I feel like it was the first big men's ladder match I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, there was a lot of meat in that match.
Can we big up Orange Cassidy for that?
When he
Oh,
man, he went up.
Never seen
Yeah,
that.
man.
Incredible.
That was sick.
I don't. Maybe I was tired watching it back, but I feel like there was some parts in it were quite clunky. I don't know.
There's a lot of big motherfuckers in there. You know?
Yeah, that's not why.
It's like the first time you're seeing a ladder match with
Big men.
Yeah.
And the pacing was slower because of the
Big men,
because of the big men. Because even in last week's episode, I was saying I'd need a high flyer, but I was like, do you know what? For what they did, it was calm, and I like the fact that they highlighted Keith Lee, Wardlow, and Hobbs. Like those were the three main people. Like that were positioned as a threat because those are the three biggest guys in the ring.
I like the way they got rid of Will Hobbs and Keith Lee, though. That was very smart.
Yeah.
Take him to the front, table, never come back again.
Yeah.
Wardlow goes in the ring, wins it.
And then just Wardlow
So I think my honest thing is this could have been quicker.
the match. Yeah, you probably could have shaved a couple minutes off that match. Yeah, I agree.
Can I just say, Will Hobbs is such a big guy. He stands next to Keith Lee, and he looks like me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's like.
That's
You look at Will Hobbs like, look at Will Hobbs like in 2020. Look at him now. Like, his physique has changed, man.
He used to wear pants before.
Yeah.
So that's what made him look different.
Yeah.
Keith Lee's lost a bit of weight since he debuted, though.
Yeah.
He has lost a bit of weight. He's getting there. I've seen Keith Lee live quite a few times. He is a very large man.
Yeah?
Like, oh yeah.
Pause.
No. What's mad? You say that because like the way he moves in the ring.
I'm comfortable with myself.
Same. What's mad is that the way he moves in the ring, he doesn't move like. Okay, who can I give you? No, not really, but don't stop me for this. But you see, when I first saw Yokozuna, the way he used to move in the ring, with how big he is,
That makes sense.
it like I don't know, Keith. Like it's, I don't know, I'm trying to compare it to Keith Lee, but I feel like Keith Lee kind of moves the same. I'm not compared to Yokozuna and stuff, but seeing Keith Lee jump up over someone's head.
It's mad.
Seeing Keith Lee do moonsaults and take Spanish flies off the top rope.
Fam,
It still doesn't look right.
it doesn't.
In person, when you see that shit, it is just like.
It's not
what-
that painful
see
because I know
Keith Lee
wrestlers
live,
when you're about to receive a move from the top rope, you got to basically do that. What is it? That.
Oh yeah, so that do you mean when they're laying down?
Yeah.
Sometimes you see them
You
raise
got-
up a
you
little,
got basically
rise up a little.
do that.
Oh, pause.
So imagine waiting for someone to drop on you with that amount of weight and you're
That's
doing
Yeah.
it.
You know that's like 100 kg dropping on.
Bro,
I see him and Matt Riddle in London once, and they
is
did
that
a
progress?
No, it was a Rev Pro,
Oh, was it?
and they did a Spanish fly off the top rope, and I tell you that build. I swear to God, that floor shook. When they hit the mat, I was like, what is it? Spectacle. It was such a spectacle. Keith Lee, I watched him wrestle Ishii too.
Ooh.
Twice I watched him wrestle Ishii live, and like Keith Lee live, like I said, he's so big and he does such impressive stuff. Once he gets his weight down and he gets his confidence like to go all out, wait till he wrestles Omega or someone like that. Fuck.
See, that's what I'm waiting for. When that match happens. Woo!
Keith Lee and Bryan Danielson, all these
Manifest it.
whatever.
Yeah, but it's gonna be even someone like Pac. Like I can't wait for like.
Oh, he's gonna throw him about.
You forget about Pac, but Pac needs to like. You know what I'm saying?
He's up there.
Is Avalon still in AW?
P Avalon.
His contract. No, he's.
It was actually on the last.
He works there, but he's not on the contract.
Oh, he's actually what?
No, he's not on the contract. He's not contracted talent anymore, but they book him.
Yeah, but like even FTR, I think FTR, they're still contracted to AEW, but then they're now accepting indie bookings.
No, but
you can do that anyway. Yeah. But the next match on the card, I believe, was Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti. That entrance.
I'm gonna say something about Jade Cargill. Yeah. She was standout star of the night. And I'm even trying to be biased, bro. She was doing stuff in the ring I've never seen her do before. She's done a frog splash. And man, I'm saying this girl was green. She was wearing green, but I know, but she's saying she was green.
Well,
are they crazy?
She's green.
No.
Wait. No, we need to tell.
A little bit raw, man.
Bro,
no,
she's oozing, bro.
She's got charisma. No, she's got presence and charisma.
Get that bakery out of the ring first.
She's got presence and charisma. However, there is still ways to go. Like there were spots during that. Watch back that match. There were spots. There were spots that were clunky, but at the end of the day, what she did is because of the presence she has here, and because of like the confidence she's exuding. Exactly. But
She's awesome.
No, she's amazing. She's amazing. Like she's going to be like the face of that division
100%.
very soon. 100%. Like she's clear.
Let her keep 2 belts.
She had.
I said that.
Wait, not now.
Let her run now.
See the vision.
What's gonna happen though?
See the vision. If she holds 2 belts, the stocks.
No, but Anafi, this is
wait! I'm not done yet. BET, MTV, you name it. All the black, dark and lovely. Who else is there? Shea Moisture. Who else is there? BLT. Who else is there? Name. Give me some black brands. They got the ball.
Fresh Eagle Kid.
I'm gonna temper expectations, yeah. Not because she doesn't deserve the spot that she's talking about, but this is what happens. If you were to place her, yeah, as the face of that division right now, yeah.
Not right now.
That's what I'm saying. She needs to. It's gonna happen. She needs to mold herself a bit more because now, yeah, when you're instructed to be the champion of that division, right now, yeah, Jade's allowed to do what she wants here because she's holding the TBS title and there's less expectation put on her, and she's exceeding expectations. But now if you were to put all that pressure onto somebody who's been wrestling for less than a year, bro, it's gonna be a lot, and then you're gonna get a Big E situation where Mandem on people too are gonna be like, "See, she wasn't that good anyway." See,
you know the people that say that she's not good. They're saying that now, but you know the type of people you're playing with. That's Twitter Ivy people, and that's racist, Nazi.
No, I hear you, but you don't unnecessarily invite that attention either. You don't want to overexpose.
But you know we're gonna get that attention anyway.
You're gonna get that attention, but the thing is, if she's gonna get that attention and then she puts, for example, with Hangman, use Hangman example. For example, we were all sour on him. He showcases the work. We're over. Let her get to the position to where, you know what, she's so confident in her ability that Mandem will chat shit in the beginning, but her body of work will shut everyone up.
When do you think her streak's gonna be over?
Her streak.
Do you think
she's gonna be
until she meets Britt Baker?
No. Her streak with the TBS title.
When they find someone that.
I feel like
person. I don't know who that is right now. I can't think of anyone.
No.
Tony Storm.
No. I say Tony Storm.
Is she coming?
She's not confirmed, but she needs to come.
When's her clause done?
Should be done already.
Right now.
When's that? Oh, this is Thursday.
Nah, it should be done within the next 2 months.
I forgot today was Thursday, but I was gonna say, bro, Dynamite tonight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Even yesterday, I forgot Dynamite was on because I'm used to recording this and then doing Dynamite.
It was a really good match she had with Ty.
Ty's improved.
Ty's real good, man.
Ty's very good.
Ty's really
Like
good.
she's improved. Like Jade's the star, but like give credit to Ty.
Ty's really good.
Yeah, Ty's very good, man.
They also they're really friendly as well, so they were just kicking the shit out of each other.
That kick that she gave to Anna Jay was bad though.
Oh my god, the pumpkin.
Yeah. I love a pumpkin. Sick,
Bro.
Hey, but we're missing out one move, yeah.
Which one?
The kiss of death.
I like the
kiss.
fact that she's incorporating that.
Yeah, that's good as well.
Because she even cut the promo on that. I like that. Kiss of death, some mafia shit.
Even when she kissed her.
Jade
Oh,
is
yeah.
phenomenal.
I know.
That's my Tyson type thing too.
I kiss you.
man.
I have to know who told her to do that.
Yeah.
Who you joking?
I have no idea. We'll find out. But
Jade's cheeky, you know.
Nah, she's very cheeky,
I
man.
was happy she had 2 bad outings in the last 2 matches. She had the shitty match with Bunny where she forgot to kick out, and or had to stop the count because she forgot to kick out. And then there was the one with AQA which just fell apart. And the referee was just so loudly calling out spots, and I felt bad for Jade because you could see she was so pissed off. But I was really happy that she actually had a really good match on the pay-per-view. Her and Ty were really. I'd happily watch that one again. At some point. Well, sure we'll get it again anyway, but. Real good.
Yeah, man.
So around the time when I was hooked on wrestling, and even at home, you guys will feel it as well. And even in the crowd, at Revolution Live, there was like AEW are hitting pay-per-views out the park. Yeah, but then there are some bits in the pay-per-view where there shouldn't really be that cool-off period, but there is. And
I don't think that happened yet, though. I don't think that happened around. That happened probably like later on in the show.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when you talk about the matches back to back, and I'm specifically talking about the triple threat tag, and then you go straight into the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Like when we talk about that scheduling, like there was that little bit of burnout in the crowd. But it's a little.
I think you only get that.
That was sorry. Go on. No.
I only felt that way, when I was watching, because obviously, I don't believe it's out. WWE, when I watched on WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was listed in 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, and it was 4 hours.
Yeah.
When it got to the 3rd hour, I'm like, fam, I'm coming off a link to click on it. 3rd time, this is actually.
Yeah, no.
So when I got to Adam Cole and Hangman Page, I haven't watched it. I couldn't watch it because by the time I got to watch that match, I only saw Adam Cole come in, and I just fatigued, bro.
No, the fatigue, I could notice the fatigue. Anyway, we're going to get to that later, but the next match, I believe, was, I think it was Punk versus MJF.
That was a good match.
The first second! Wait, the first, do you know what I noticed it, yeah? When, okay, so obviously here's how it went. So, Cole's first hands hit, and then it went to MJF's music. Heel, boo, you suck.
That was great.
And then, when MJF's in the ring, and when the camera, I love the production of AEW.
I'm even gonna
the
cap.
camera,
Wait.
when it pans in the crowd, and then there's no music playing, I was like, shit's what's happened. And then I hear the first few seconds of Misery Cantary playing. And I was like, holy shit! I was running around the place. I was like, is this actually happening?
I'm even gonna cap here. I didn't watch Ring of Honor, so when he came out to his theme song,
I was lost.
Yeah.
I was lost. I was like, oh
You know
shit!
it is.
Is he trying?
Even if it didn't,
I thought it was this. Is this a new theme song? I'm even gonna cap. I'm gonna come and say, oh yeah, because I didn't watch it.
No,
Yeah.
pretend.
I see the long. I did the long shorts. I know the long shorts.
That's when
I know the
got-
jacket. But when I clocked, I think someone said on
Excalibur.
Excalibur said this is his old theme. I was like, okay, cool. So I went online to try and find it. I couldn't find any sort of like his old theme song, so I couldn't really like.
I think he said that he had a fight. I like the line.
Do you
He said
Ring of
that.
Honor?
I didn't, but that song has been chilling in my Spotify list for years.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is that did you know the entrance prior?
Yeah, I did. Because I went back and researched what CM Punk's last match in Ring of Honor, and then
I'm with you and Laffy. Like, I didn't even clock it myself. But it's as soon as I saw the shorts and the whole attire, I was like, yeah, this looks like his Ring of Honor thing. Still, shit looked a bit baggy though. But you know,
I love the baggy thing.
For me,
The baggy in the blood looks sick.
For me, I watched Ring of Honor in and out in it. So once it got to like a certain part of the song, I recognized it. But then even forget about recognizing the song. The reason why I love that entrance so much, is because like Lincoln said, MJF already desensitized the audience to cult of personality. It's mad. And there's the thing I love about wrestling. This thing I love, like, from the moment the entrance start, there's a story being told. MJF is trying to one up CM Punk. He's trying to get into his head, and he did the cult of personality thing. He's thinking, cool, I've neutralized the crowd. CM Punk, like, he's not gonna have the energy that he has. And then just even the tone of the song, like, Cult of Personality is a song that gets you gassed, but this song set the tone. This song set the tone for the match. And then
the smoke and stuff was nice.
And then when he came out, and then just the energy that the song brought, and then
One sec.
and then I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
And then, the song when the song came out.
So the song. So when CM Punk came out and the look on his face, and then just remembering, and then Excalibur saying, "This is," I'm like, "Oh shit, this is ROH Punk," and it was just like
that's what clicked for me.
It was just like,
That's what
wow.
clicked for me.
And then just there's a moment where he's on the hard cam and he's like this, and I'm just like, brother, it's like I've liked CM Punk since he's come back. This whole run with MJ, I can't lie, like CM Punk is just, that was amazing for me, man. That made my night, man. I said, I don't even care if the match is dead. And the match was good, but that right there, iconic for me.
Part of me,
Iconic.
when I was watching the build up of the match, when they were putting the dog collar on MJF and CM Punk, a part of me was scared. Did you not feel like that?
No.
It's like, no, I
professional
thought shook for MJF. Like, do you know what I mean? Not scared as in, oh shit. I mean, as in, I'm scared for MJF.
But when they done that to CM Punk last week, were you scared?
No. I mean, okay, with CM Punk, do you know what it is? Because I know this is a shiny CM Punk. So you got the shiny, you got the Pokemon cards, right? This one's always gonna win. But the way they were lacing up MJF didn't look like he was on it.
Comfortable.
No, he felt shook, rattled. I felt scared for him. Just like it's like when who was it? Give me another one. There was one match in WWE and I felt scared for one wrestler, bro. I don't know. I think
Undertaker,
Zach
Goldberg
Gowen versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah.
I'm not trying to compare. Don't get me wrong, but I was shook for Zach Gowen.
It looks uncomfortable.
Do you got? Look, yeah, I felt uncomfortable. I was like, fam, this is CM Punk. Because I saw the CM Punk and Raven match, and I was like, this is CM Punk's bag.
Yeah.
This is MJF's bag. MJF he's a clean, preppy boy, Burby boy. And I'm seeing man with a dog chain. Nah, this don't make sense. This don't make sense.
Especially with the fact that
The thumb tax. Go on, off. Yeah, go on, bro.
Especially with the fact that he's already tried to one up CM Punk with the music and it's flopped.
Flopped, yeah.
So now CM Punk's one upped him in that aspect. Already he's uncomfortable, and now he's in an element of a match where it's like, bro, how did I even end up here? Like, so.
And then I didn't try to get in the mic, and then it's just reverting back to type after trying to get the crowd back on the side with that promo.
You see, like, I don't know if Vicky have this sounds like CM Punk standing no appreciation. I don't care.
No, go ahead.
Like,
go ahead.
for me, like,
Yes.
I don't like. For me, yeah, like
That agenda is agenda.
this Punk run, this feud, has just reminded me. Like, it brought me back. I said it brought me back to 2011.
Yeah.
And like I said this on Mex's podcast, and I'll say it again here. It's like when he left wrestling for 7 years, we like everything in life, things move on. So when you move on, you start thinking, oh, like, cool, the business will be fine without him. You know what I'm saying? Like, how good was he really if we can forget about him? Yeah. And then when he's kind of like, obviously when he did the feud with Kingston, I was enjoying it, but this feud and then that entrance and then that match just reminded me that, like, this guy, when it's all said and done, like, love him or hate him, he is going to be like one of the most, if the era-defining people. Like, he defines an era of people. Like, a lot of these wrestlers are saying CM Punk is my favorite. CM Punk, he defined, like, he's so important. You can't say 2010s about CM Punk, and now early on in the 2020s, you can't, like, CM Punk is still that guy. Because he's come back to an industry that he's left for 7 years, and cool, he might not be up there in ring, he might not be up there, but
he's still
but we talk about certain guys, how they're able to draw emotion from people. We talk about the Hogans, these peoples, that Punk
See when
is emotion, like the feeling I get when I
Yeah.
He doesn't
No,
want
I've
to
got something
mention.
to say, but you go on.
Draw an
I wanna hear it.
emotion.
I wanna hear it.
Bret Hart.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Bret Hart. And that's his idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's his idol.
Let me say. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Would you argue, yeah, that AEW, all Elite Wrestling does not exist without CM Punk?
Oh no.
Hear me out. So you see the pipe bomb, yeah? When he's mentioned all these other promotions, and then they're saying, oh, maybe I'll win a WWE title, maybe go to Ring of Honor, maybe go to New Japan.
I wouldn't say
See,
that. I wouldn't
Cody
say that.
Rhodes took inspiration. It's been noted that Cody Rhodes took inspiration from that promo, and then Cody Rhodes goes up to the Indies and then does the stuff.
I wouldn't say it influenced AEW directly, but what I will say is that CM Punk has influenced a generation of wrestlers, and then that with it that obviously goes into that, but you're going.
Yeah. I was talking to my friend. I've got a friend, one of my best friends, who's a massive Ring of Honor guy. Yeah,
Need to get him on.
yeah. I'm talking about he's a big Ring of Honor guy, like from day one, and he had every DVD, like literally he had every single Ring of Honor DVD and videotapes when it was still a thing. And I spoke to him about the match, and he said to me that he was watching that pay-per-view, and he said as soon as he heard that music, it took him back to that period of time when CM Punk was the biggest thing in independent wrestling. He said he got emotional because he wasn't expecting to go back to that place. And it got me thinking, because I like CM Punk. I've always liked CM Punk. And I liked him. I really liked him when he left WWE because I admired him. I really admired him. And I like the fact that he went and he tried something new. He wanted to do something and he tried something new. And I admire that about anyone who wants to try something. So, do you know how much wrestlers used to talk shit saying that they could do big stuff in UFC and none of them had the balls to fucking do it. So I admire the fact that he went and done that. But I mean, like, CM Punk, man, I watched him on and it really hit me. And I'm not breaking ground when I say this, but that guy is so special. He is, like you said about the emotion. Wrestling fans genuinely like CM Punk. It's not about people love The Undertaker, but once they got to know him, they thought he was a dickhead. Like, people genuinely like CM Punk. They think they could be friends with him, and it's like he's a real person. He's like Bret Hart. Bret Hart was a real person. It's like people. I know guys that are out here on the road back in the day, they're 35-year-old, and you know them man don't watch wrestling, but they still talk about how much they enjoy Bret Hart and how good of a man he was. It's like you like CM Punk and Bret Hart and guys like Mick Foley, you struggled with them. It's like you climbed to the top with them, and whatever struggles they went through, you were there with them throughout that whole time. And it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not saying people live and die by these people. And that's something that you don't get often, and he is so special in that in 2022, after all these years, he's come back and he's done that. And I don't want to hear anything about he's this and he's that. Look, the guy is a fucking wrestling legend. That's exactly what he is. He's a wrestling legend. He is up there to me. It's not even to me, it's facts. He is up there with the biggest names in wrestling history. Despite the fact that he is that big of a star, and as far as everything else, he's up there with Foley and Brett and Kerry Von Erich and Bryan Daniels, all these people that fans genuinely like. You know, it's not like The Rock, where The Rock is just so he's there. You can't touch The Rock. But you know, you don't know The Rock. He's such a star. CM Punk's the guy that you could walk past on the street. You know,
accessible.
Yeah, he's accessible. Danielson's Bret Hart is accessible. Yeah, but anyway, that's what.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's crazy me saying this, but if you go back to like the early podcasts, I used to say I never used to rate CM Punk. Only saying that because through bias, right? And obviously when you have a bias, you're gonna say shit like that. I never really got to see some of Punk. I never really got to see the John Cena stuff. But I remember there was one day, I think it was when Warren Banks came on the podcast, and he broke down the whole. He said something, and I think one of you guys broke down the whole CM Punk going with the belt and blah blah. And I went home and watched it, and I was like, fam, how can I hate on this guy? Like,
he was right.
I'm being honest. Like, how can I hate on this guy? This guy is doing shit that's making. It's like an EastEnders sort of thing. So he's doing stuff to make me go, bro. What's even mad? I went to go watch the Raw the next day, and John Cena comes out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never do that on pay-per-views. I watch a pay-per-view on WWE Network and I'm off. I meant to go find the Raw the next day. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, how can I hate on this guy? Even to the point where when he came back in AEW, that's one of the best moments I've seen in my life.
Oh my word!
Bar Germany versus Argentina. Germany versus was it Brazil? When
Brazil,
Barcelona, Arsenal getting to the finals of the Champions League. Bro, it trumps all of that, bro. Even getting where Ghana got to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, it trumps all of that, bro. Like him coming up, I'm not even a fan. I wasn't a fan then. NK, look, you know me. I wasn't a fan. Mandem know who I wasn't a fan. I used to cuss it. I was like, bro, CM Punk really that good? Like, I had an intervention that day. I had an intervention the month before, and even when he came out, I was like, fam, I like this guy. I want the best for him. That's why sometimes in the group chat I say I want CM Punk in bigger feuds. I'm not saying that because, you know, I'm a hater. Yeah. I just want to see. I want CM Punk to give us the full. Because I've seen him give it to us before. Do you get what I mean? So big up CM Punk, man. Honestly, and like, I may say shit, but yeah, he's bro. Bret Hart for me, bro.
And then obviously we're gonna because we got other matches to talk about. But obviously, big up MJF and this.
We got time. We got time. I'm booked another hour.
We
got 1 hour. We got 1 hour.
I got the time right.
Big up like MJF. Yeah, like I said,
MJF. Yeah, he's the stocks of bro.
Bruv, like this feud. Yeah, really. When it's all said and done, he's gonna look back at this feud and be like, "This is an important."
It's a career-defining moment. It's a career-defining feud. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking to the mic.
It's a career-defining feud that's always going to be remembered by MJF in it, and he's still young as well. So it's great that something like this is even happening now.
Stop.
You feel me? He's like Bitcoin. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He's Bitcoin when it was under 1K.
Friedman coin for him.
And then even just breaking down the match, it's like, bruv, like do you know what it felt like? It just felt like. Because we had like the matches before with Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, the Young Bucks match, which was like high energy, and this one, like I said before, it was just emotion. It was like if you break down each move, nothing spectacular, nothing fancy, but again, it's like in these moments, less is more. And the blood, like it just like it worked, and it was just man.
He had a blood spot.
He cut himself on Wednesday. So
there's a scarring. Yeah,
there's a scarring.
When the chain hit, it just came out straight away.
Yeah. And then obviously like
the ending though. Can we speak of the ending?
Hopefully you get. Hold on. Go on. Hopefully you get one coming from. When people were comparing CM Punk to MJF to the Miz first year, I heard it a bit, but also a part of me that feels like I can compare MJF to is a bit not the selling, I think it's more charisma type is like Mr. Perfect a bit. Do you see it? Like him being as like
work-wise?
Not work-wise. I mean like the character a bit, the way he moves. But obviously Mr. Perfect is more.
He's got more than Perfect. He's got more than Perfect. Yeah. He's got more than.
Who would you compare him to in the 90s?
In the 90s, ring work. He's a very modern style pro wrestler. You don't notice, but he can. You know, you watch him when he wrestles a young guy, and he really can work just like them. Yeah. But as far as character goes, I'd have to go way back. He's quick. He's like Piper. He's super quick. Like
and he references. Wow. And then even in this feud, feud, even Punk again, even Punk in this feud says
Brett in Canada, Piper in Portland.
Yeah, exactly. He said like exactly like he's always CM Punk was always saying that you want to be Roddy Piper. Yeah, like you want to be Roddy Piper. Like and that's why the dog collar match even came about.
Like, we be my Valentine.
I've watched a lot of Piper matches.
Nah, I haven't.
Nah, bro. I just know who he is. Yeah,
he's tapped, isn't it?
Yeah, he's tapped. I'll tell you what about it. A lot of people that MJF is a proper student of pro wrestling. Yeah. It's like he is so big on pro wrestling history.
Yeah,
and he watches the stuff that his peers don't watch. It's like you watch, like guys want to wrestle nowadays, and they watch what's current. So they watch Kenny Omega and they watch the Bucks and everything. He has gone back and he watches Ray Stevens and Pat Patterson and he's really big into Georgia Championship Wrestling and NWA from the 80s. So he's watching that stuff and he's learning from them and he's taking stuff that no one else does. The fact that he can talk so well is because he watches guys like Piper and Flair and those guys, and he's learning. You know, he talks about cutting promos in the mirror when he was a kid. That's the only way you get better. You know, and it's just like I wouldn't say perfect, but I'd definitely say Piper. And the Miz comparisons are silly to me.
Yes,
I used to do the same.
Have you watched the documentary that Miz cut before going to not Miz, sorry. There's a documentary that MJF did before becoming mainstream.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And he's talking about how his dad had a bakery bar, but his dad invested in his career. Like he came from like a working background, blah blah blah. And it's just nice seeing him as a human. Like, he looks young in it.
But did you finish that documentary?
I didn't get to the end.
It was a swerve. It was bullshit.
Swear.
That documentary was bullshit. It was bullshit. It was bullshit.
I knew
It was
it was
bullshit.
bullshit.
It was bullshit. It was a swerve. Yeah, it was bullshit.
MJF was talking. The way he was talking like
Nice. It was bullshit.
I was relating to him. I was like, yeah, my mum was working hard as well, fam. You know what I mean? But swear on, so what happens at the end? He just
So
shits
no,
back.
basically they find out that all the photos in the yard are fake.
That's what he's young.
Bro, you missed the
So
swerve.
what did he say? What did he say? It's good. I didn't tell you to watch it.
No, I
should watch it though.
no.
You seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, or just basically just like, right, like the facade that you've built is fake, and then the real person is the MJF we see today.
Shit. So how's he come out? He just says, "Yo, that was fake."
No, but like no, it's basically
So
like,
credits.
It's basically like document. It's basically like a detective style where they like start unpiecing shit. And it's like this doesn't make sense.
It's like a comedy documentary.
A mockumentary.
A mockumentary. That's what I'm looking for.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't make sense. But he's full. Basically, he's full of shit, and that's basically his character. He's full of shit.
Has anyone ain't got Fight TV?
Oh, bro, they was charging me 17
Fight
for
coin,
flipping.
fam.
It's too much, man.
For Revolution.
So
The stock is high.
if
Right,
you
yeah,
watch-
fight quick.
If you watch Dynamite on Fight, there's no breaks or whatever, so they just go through the breaks or whatever, and the commentators still commentate throughout the breaks, so sometimes they talking out of character and stuff. And MJF was on doing commentary once, and he was with Tony Schiavone, and he was trying to get Tony Schiavone to laugh, and he was talking about his mum and dad, and he said, "My mum's she's just a whore. She what did he say? He said she was.
Wait, his own mum.
Yeah, he cussed out his mum.
And he was like, well, my mum's a gold digger. She's just such a whore. She just married my dad for his money. And Tony started. You could see Tony was breaking, and then he just went in. He said, I can't stand that bitch. And he just,
Yeah.
you know, he said she's tweeting bullshit. You know, he's just swearing. No one's paying attention. No one's watching. He's like, oh, you know, she tweets all this nonsense about me. She's just a damn whore. I don't know why my dad's still with her. And Tony just burst out laughing.
Yeah, like I remember when even on Twitter, like MJF's mum was like,
Was that
what-
his real mum and dad?
yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
Blood.
Yeah,
you
his
know,
mum and dad.
Yeah,
I thought it was fake.
no, MJF's mum and dad were at the show. Yeah.
How do you believe that?
What?
How do you believe that's his real mum and dad?
It's his mum and dad.
After that documentary, I'm not believing shit.
That's mum and dad. But then I remember like the fans were like going up to MJF's mum in Kayfabe and be like, "I'm sorry you raised such a horrible son."
Yeah.
And then the mum was like, "Yeah, my son's a piece of shit." And then he said my son's a piece of shit. And then MJF put out a tweet, he's like, "Shut the fuck up, man."
You whore.
This is a guy, yeah. This is a guy, yeah. That was taunted by like kid in a wheelchair, and then replied by standing up.
Yeah. MJF's incredible, but back to the match, yeah.
That was the match.
Wardlow. That was a star making moment.
Wardlow gave me Batista vibes. Still, it's
He
done.
did that.
It's done. I'm not a pussy boy no more. Still,
His Wardlow.
the ring. The way he
Done the ring.
See where he placed the ring, yeah? It's like he placed it comfortably, like
Have it.
tapped it. You know what I mean? It's like nice.
When he
He
couldn't
was
find it.
searching
His
his
face-
pockets.
Yeah.
Like he
And he was like,
Oh
Do you
yeah.
remember that scene in Get Out where
Oh no.
what's his name?
Roof, where's the keys?
Where's the keys?
Where's the keys? Where's the keys?
There is no keys.
That scene there shook the hell out of me.
I was in the cinema. Oh my days.
Fam, I was shocked. I was like, yo, get the
Great moments in cinema history, bro.
And the brother's got the pipe.
Yeah,
And he's moving mad. I was like, oh, bro, this guy's gonna die, fam.
With the keys.
With the keys. We've get the keys.
She even tilted her head. She said,
Honey, you know I
watched
kept
that
the keys.
Bro, I'm watching that bit.
Yes, that bit. I to watch it. But
When
yeah,
the
bro.
niggas nose starts bleeding.
Just-
I watch
yeah,
that.
No, when she's in the chair, foul. That movie's fucked.
I've heard about the rumors about him and the woman that he's dating now. She.
Oh yeah, no, off the pod.
I don't want to.
Please.
Because maybe someone that I know works.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, overall thoughts on the match. Well,
British
like,
access
final
only.
thoughts on the match. Yay, nay, good, bad.
It was good. Great.
Very
Amazing
good. Best.
match.
I think best match of the night.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Hangman and Adam Cole match though. But
I really like that match. I had a few people tell me that was their favourite match.
Yeah, it was lit. That match was lit. Next match on the card.
Could have watched the Harkan.
Britt and Rosa.
toilet break.
That was
I sat down for that. I sat down for that
that was
match.
a bad spot though.
I can't
I sat
lie.
down for that match.
That audience was dead after that.
was there a point in the moment where they kept on rolling out for pin and after they came back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
You see Brit, yeah.
She wants to leave the title. She wants to give the title away. You can see it.
Yeah.
She's done.
Really, she just came out with the new belt saying, "Oh, still hate it.
The new
bro.
belt's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
I like
New
the
belt's
old
nice.
one.
The old belt doesn't feel substantial.
Nah, it looks too small. Especially now you got the TBS title. The TBS title
That looks like
reminds me
a
of like the old
championship.
WWE.
Yeah. Technically, if you're looking at it, is this that if a new fan were to watch AW now,
The TBS title
and
looks
the
bigger.
TBS title's there and the women's title,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
gonna be like, oh,
no, makes sense.
The TBS titles.
it's the main.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so they have to change it. But yeah, that match was.
It overshadowed the new title even.
Yeah.
I think for what it was building up to the cage match with all the interference, I think it had to be what it was.
Yeah.
The audience was dead. They were drained. It was it was a late show.
Yeah.
I've been to shows where this been had all sorts of stuff thrown at me, and it's just like you need that break, and that's what that was. And like I said, there was loads of interference, there was loads of shit, but it had to be that to build up to this cage match this week. So it is what it is.
This week.
Yes,
Next week.
Next week. excuse
Yeah.
I keep thinking today's Wednesday. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I know AEW has problems booking his women's division and that. Yeah, we all know that. But yeah, you're gonna have to big up Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, kind of keeping the feud alive on Twitter.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry.
I mean, give credit where it's due. I mean, like they're trying to make chicken salad, chicken shit.
Nah, the
Breaker
problem.
needs to go still.
Nah, the problem. Nah, this feud, like we have to.
Give the belt to someone else for a bit, man. Not go. I know she's good. So go on.
She could do what she's doing without the belt.
Yeah, I feel like the feud, the whole title run has been mediocre at best. But I think it's time for the title to change. But even the way they've built up to the cage match, it's like it's not great at all. It's just I get why the cage match is happening, but it's just everything just felt thrown together. So like as much as like the pay-per-view was great, that was definitely the lowest point of the pay-per-view. Yeah.
I hate that it's just like put like that Jamie Hater is gonna turn on Britt Baker thing on the back burner. I don't know whether that's still going or not.
It'll come later because it will come later. But yeah, man.
The feud, I'm not invested.
Brit's lost me, man.
I'm not invested in the feud.
She needs to go away for a bit and
Have us miss her.
yeah, she's awesome. She's like Britt Baker is awesome. I see a lot.
That pop that she get when she return will be mad.
Yeah, she's great.
It's
She's
a
great.
rebuild.
She was on Nick Cannon's show a while ago.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good.
She is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
She's such a star. A pro wrestler and a dentist.
Yeah,
It's
she's
just like
So I'm gonna say that Nick Cannon show is very good. I think you guys start watching it still.
What Nick
They had,
Cannon show?
That
So
I mean, you
basically,
watch it
is
every
it-
day over there, right?
Yeah, there was on Flow TV. Big up Flow
Yeah.
TV for
Is that-
Jamaican. Yeah, it's basically they get like artists. They'll get not artists, but get the random person. For example, they'll get Earl. And after the bet, guess what Earl does? Or they'll get not random. So they'll get one of us. And they'll be, guess what he does? And after people will guess, and be like, is she a fighter? Is she a firefighter?
Oh,
and after it will be sick. They had what was it? But I already know who this woman was. Fantasia on there. It was quite cool.
Okay.
Marino.
Huh?
Marino,
No, Fantasia the
Singer.
She's like a gospel, not gospel singer, but she does like
R&B.
R&B.
Yeah,
Oh, so,
Marino, yeah, that's
so they did that for
Yeah,
break.
yeah.
Why? Where'd that name come from?
That's her name. That's her full name.
I swear.
Yeah, American Idol's Fantasia.
Motherfuckers know
Oh,
what
she's on-
Fantasia
she's-
Marino is. Like, that's a bad
She
job,
was
Nick.
on American Idol. I forgot
Yeah,
that.
many
She's
years.
amazing.
So they did that for Baker.
Yeah, so Baker came on and got, guess what she does, and no one knew what she done. And after the thing turned around, and after there was a wrestling ring, and
Yeah, it's a wrestling ring.
she gave the what's the finish?
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, she put one of them in the
yeah.
Nick was
what's it called again?
Nick, what was it? She put Nick in it,
Yeah,
yeah.
she put Nick in her finish and he was tapping out. Or whatever.
No, yeah, that's dope. But,
Question,
go on.
do you think Jade Cargill's reign as TBS champion
As in better.
has kind of overshadowed Britt Baker's title run?
I think Jay's overshadowing her regardless. Like,
Starting to.
look, we talk about usually the championship will make the champion in that reign. You can see that's kind of happening with Hangman right now. I mean, Hangman will probably have bangers without the championship, but that's by the by. Jade is making the champion. She's making the championship right now. Like her aura
she's
is.
the first, isn't it? She's the first.
I think.
I mean, yeah, but then
we don't know any better.
Exactly. And the thing is, what you have to understand with
I get where you're coming from, though.
Yeah.
with the overshadowing thing. No, I definitely feel like yes, Jade's run is more exciting than Britt's run right now. Yes, but that's for variety of factors.
HMA.
Cool. I wouldn't just say it's HMA.
But it's actually
Yeah.
the likeness.
You
for
know,
the character.
100%. One, just look at Jade. Like Jade is somebody that anybody would like sign. Two, if she's just remember, look at the run. She's just won a whole tournament, and she's won a title. So there's momentum there to be built on, and she's doing good things. What's Britt been doing?
That's what I'm saying.
What's Britt been doing? So Jade has momentum going into this. And then, cool. We also judge Jade. Let's be real. We were judging Jade on a different curve. We're judging Britt to carry the women's division, and we're looking at Jade as a rising star.
Okay.
So we're looking at things from two different perspectives. When people are saying Jade's overshadowed Britt, it's like, yeah, but they're tasked to do two different things. Jade is tasked right now to be the rising star that she's, and she's doing, and she's excelling at it. Where we're judging Britt, you're the face of this division. And in that department, you're not holding up your own weight.
It doesn't feel like
but
it,
So that's why I don't really like the comparison, because I feel like
redundant.
I just feel like they're doing two different things. They're doing two very different things. Because I'll be real, like, as much as Jade is improving, if I was to throw the AEW title to her right now today, yes, charisma, presence, star power, is she ready?
Nah.
No, and it's fine.
Do you know
And it's fine.
One thing I say, see, when it comes to being ready when holding the title or giving the title to someone, I don't know if I can say that anymore, you know.
No, but Jade's only been doing it for like literally. She started a year and a half.
Okay, for example, if they threw, forget what happened yesterday. If they threw the title on Dante yesterday, would that be another thing of you saying, would he be ready?
Yes,
he's gonna have to be ready.
He's not ready. He's not ready.
He's not ready. But then, yeah,
but you're gonna have to step up.
It's like, for example, it's like a football
You have to
team.
learn on the job.
Football team, right? Cool. You're playing football. Your captain gets injured. No one else can hold the cap. No, the vice captain's off. Whatever. The manager's like, I want you to be captain.
You have to step up.
You have to step up.
You have to step up.
That's what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
bro?
But it always say it's an exam. Failure to prepare.
Prepare to fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Prepare to fail.
Yeah, like the thing is, like, yes, 100%. If the roster was down and they needed a champion, they'll throw it to Jade. But why? But right now you have the.
You don't need to do that.
Right now you have
you
the
don't need to
ability.
do-
You don't need to do that. And the thing is, her ceiling is going to be so high because think about how good she is. Like, let it marinate. You know when there's food cooking in the oven, let it cook. Sometimes when you're too hungry, you're gonna take it out and be like, I'm hungry now. No, let it marinate. Let it boil. Let it fester properly. So when the food is ready, the man them can enjoy. Because now people are gonna be like, it's kind of cold in the middle, you know. It's not really. It's like let it cook. Let it cook.
Yeah, cover it.
Yeah.
But I hear it. It makes sense.
Yeah, man. Let it cook, man. Jade, listen. Deep it. I can't lie. When have you seen somebody being pushed in AEW the way Jade's only been there for like a year and a bit? When have you seen some? Because we always say AEW take their time. They didn't take their time with shit with Jade. They put her in. Her first match was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. You already know.
crazy.
You already know.
She said it on Unstricted or whatever thing it was. She was like, my first match, my first introduction to AEW was with Shaquille O'Neal. So that already, you know.
The investment there. And then behind the scenes, they've got Danielson, like Brian Danielson, like molding her. Oh, man. Bruv, there is nothing to worry about.
Danny Bryanson told to kiss.
Yeah, probably.
You know what? He might.
He probably did.
That might
told
have
to
been
kiss.
one of his ideas.
Yeah, because they've been working together like privately, but yeah, big up like big.
So wait,
Private
she's
lessons.
being trained by Daniel Bryanson.
Yeah.
That means she's
'Cause
being
he's
trained
not-
by
but-
Shawn Michaels.
Because bro, even look here, when were you seeing her do all these little rest holds and the foot stuff? I'm noticing
noticing stuff, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
noticing the influence, but yeah,
What's the next match after? Because I want to get all to talk about.
I think
Ring of Honor.
it's Shane Strickland. There's bare matches left. We have to, that's what we have to run through.
Let's go
innit?
straight to the main man.
What, the main?
Yeah, because I want
Skip
him
to the
to
big
talk about
bit.
the Ring of Honor deal that struck with 2020 Khan. But to pick a match, we just talk about.
Okay, I'll pick an important match.
last match. Yeah.
I'll pick like the last two. So Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara. What?
Man.
That was chaos.
Clunky.
Wait,
No,
good chaos.
The ladder match.
No, Sting.
Oh,
Good chaos, bro.
Isaiah Cassidy when he took that. But
He took a Spanish fly
On the stage.
off the stage onto chairs.
I was happy to see him walking.
What do you mean off the chair?
No,
onto
on the table.
tables.
On the table.
I'll show
And
you.
then
Oh,
The black cover table.
No, I'll show you.
no, not even like the table, and then right on, onto the LED, onto the LED stage.
On the ramp, man took a
So
Spanish fly
he's-
off the stage onto a
But
ramp.
I need to see it. I need to see it. So wait, off the ramp onto the table. How do you mean?
No, off the stage.
Yeah.
Took a Spanish fly through a table on top of the ramp.
Boom.
Like,
Here you go.
Bumpers.
Here you
Mad.
go.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm saying.
That's not for the baddest bum. Did you see Sting's bum?
One table.
What?
Hey, did you see the view from the
fans'
from
point
the
of view?
audience? Man was like,
No, but Sting's one's more of a New Jack thing.
Yeah. I gotta say, the spirit of New Jack lives.
We need to talk about New Jack because I watched Mech's tier video ranking and niggas was disrespecting New Jack.
Nah, we'll talk
way
about
too
him.
much.
We talk about him.
But yeah, no, I just want to highlight that match. That match was sick. It was chaos. It was great shit. We already spoke about Regal and Regal, so we don't need to talk about the Danielson match, but it was a sick match. Main event, Adam Cole versus Hangman Adam Page.
I didn't watch that.
Great match. And at 4 for 4. Adam Page is not missing. When it comes to this title face, he's not missing at all.
No, he's won me over.
I'll be honest, the buckshot lariat has become one of my favourite finishes now.
it's protected. It's very
how
protected.
He's using innovative ways to do it.
And when he
So
used
even
the
what
ref-
he done with Dante Martin yesterday, he threw him off, done it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Even when the referee won, sick.
Yeah.
I think he should still do it. Continue doing other ways of doing that.
Adam Cole, obviously the spot Adam Cole did. He's done it before Ricochet, but he did it again where Page was going from
Ricochet, he had a match with Ricochet, yeah.
Yeah. In NXT.
Oh, you
Oh,
never seen it?
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole.
Oh, Adam Cole. I think Adam Page.
Oh.
I was going to say, wait.
Oh, the
NXT,
two
I was
Adams,
like-
yeah.
No. So they recreated that spot where obviously
Oh, the kick.
bruv, they did it again with, but it was
Clean.
his timing is so
Yeah, it's
impeccable
nice,
with
yeah,
that one.
yeah,
Like, he
yeah.
caught him clean, and then I can't like Adam.
Was it out the ring or in the ring?
In the ring. Yeah, man. And then I think the story beat at the end was obviously Red Dragon came out, but the Young Bucks didn't.
Oh, so it shows, yeah.
And also, if you look at
Elite Civil War.
if you look at Adam Page's gear, it was a reference to Revolution, where the Young Bucks wore the same gear.
Wait, what?
The Halo
I
game.
thought it was a Halo.
No, Adam Page.
Oh,
was
Adam,
the
yeah,
Young
yeah,
Bucks.
You had like the little
yeah.
purple and
You see BT as well. They did on BT.
So
yeah.
wait, with that, okay,
Ooh,
what's trying to imply?
And then on Dynamite, they're teasing a
The
6
Young
man.
Bucks and Page
is a
reunion.
callback.
Oh, the comes
They're
Building that from
You see
the
that?
build.
They're
Yeah.
I've
building
got that
it.
because whenever it comes to like Page in the ring and after them man are rushing,
They don't do nothing.
they just stand and do that.
Even on yesterday's Dynamite,
They're
Cole
teasing
Cole
that.
Cole
Oh, that was
asked
funny, you know.
Cole was like, oh, I've got these Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks are like,
We're not backing you still.
when it comes to Hangman Page, we're not involved. Like, we're not involved.
Yeah. They've been at it from early though.
We're not involved.
Ooh, do you know what I like? Yeah, do you know what I think is gonna happen? Like next week, obviously they're gonna do the 6 man tag. Adam Cole's already chosen his 2 guys. Yeah, and then imagine, I think the Young Bucks will come out straight after, and then it's like, oh, they're gonna be in Adam Cole's corner. But then they go to Hangman's corner.
I think Hangman said, you did Hangman
No,
say-
he's only got Dressing Express.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think that's red herring.
You think it's a swerve?
I think it's a swerve. Yeah.
I think it's too early to do that.
I was gonna
It's too
say,
early.
man.
It's too early to do that. It's too early to do that.
And you know they like the long term.
Realistically, we're waiting for Omega to come back for this to
Okay,
probably
yeah.
work.
Do you know
full
before you came?
circle.
Do you know, okay, you haven't watched the buy-in, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
fam! I recorded my reactions like
That was so funny.
So Omega's theme song went on, yeah. Then Don Callis comes out. He comes out and he
that got me.
Fam,
I was
yeah,
like, oh, you.
and he comes out and he's
Fam.
I couldn't really hear because I was in the lobby. I was in the lobby innit? But I think he was saying something along the lines of like Kenny will be back soon.
Yeah,
No,
I
listen.
heard what Don Callis said. I think Don Callis said something. He was even referring to the main event. He's like, "Listen, Adam Cole will beat Hangman Page, but he's keeping the belt. It'll
be the transition.
comes back. And when I'm telling you, when the elite, when it's gonna be,
Big Civil War.
when it's gonna be the elite versus Paragon versus Undisputed Era.
That's gonna
Stop!
be a movie. That's gonna be a movie.
Yeah, man.
We're technically going to be in the middle of 2 Bullet Club civil wars, basically.
Hangman doesn't need that
I'm
belt
ready.
to do that either.
And it's
Doesn't
not.
need the belt.
Doesn't.
He'll
It
drop
don't.
it. He'll drop it.
What do you think that's happened? Probably like double or nothing. All
I
out
think he's going to be booked to wrestle Punk at that pay-per-view.
or double or nothing.
Yeah, I
Punk-
think
and then
he's
Punk will
gonna
win.
be Hangman and Punk.
I think he'll beat Punk.
He doesn't need the belt. I hear you.
And then Punk will win.
I think-
But
I
Hangman
think-
don't need that belt to do that feud.
No, I think what's gonna happen. This is my prediction. Hangman beats Punk at double or nothing.
Is MJF out of the picture for the title?
I'm gonna get bro. Then MJF is gonna beat Hangman, and then it's gonna be like, cool. I might have lost the feud, but I beat the guy that Punk couldn't beat.
And then they can do it again.
Yeah.
They can bring it back for
One more time.
full, yeah.
Yeah, and then
MJF would go like clean over and then we'll end the feud. But yeah, that's Revolution done still.
Yeah, that good pay-per-view. Obviously, I watched it in parts, so which made me feel like it was
They ain't missing, man.
sad to be long that. But other than that Revolution this week, we had the news that Tony Khan has basically bought Ring of Honor. I don't know what the deal with that is. I was hoping it would be a thing where, look, cool, he announces the Ring of Honor thing, and after then he announces it's a standalone networking service that, cool, if you watch AEW, you can go, there's a segment, like you see what WWE have the sections where they have WCW, all the other promotions. I thought we something like that, but I know, you've got a bit of knowledge on that, so share with us, bro.
Yeah, so what has happened, anyone can ship in at any point, by the way, is that Tony Khan has bought the videotape library, he's bought all the trademarks and all the intellectual property of Ring of Honor. He owned this, very similar to Vince McMahon buying WCW in 2001, exactly the same deal. We don't know what he paid for it. That will come out in time at some point, I'm
Heard
sure.
it was 31 million.
Yeah, like run that
That's
month.
speculation. I don't think it would have been that much. It's not worth that much.
It would have been less.
It's not worth. Yeah, it's not going to be that much.
I mean, I hear you because WCW got bought for 1 mil.
It's 2.5.
But the
Dude,
times were
that's
different.
That was a fire sale because Time
Yeah,
Warner
times
wanted
were
it gone. They wanted it gone. And 2.5 over 10 years, by the way. It wasn't a one-off payment. They spaced that one out. But
Imagine that they financed WCW, you know?
Basically.
I bought my competition.
They financed it.
But I mean, yeah. So he's got all that, and he has said that they're going to continue promoting it as a standalone promotion, more of a developmental thing. But we don't really know anything about what's going on with Ring of Honor right now, as in plans. I'm sure he probably hasn't even really thought about it. We do know that he's going to be booking it, which is insane to me. That you can have all those jobs and want to be booker at Ring of Honor as well. The only person that I know of that booked 2 promotions was Ole Anderson. He booked Georgia Championship Wrestling and he booked Jim Crockett Promotions, and he said it was hell booking 2.
He's gonna have to spread out the payload, man.
Not to be deep or anything, yeah, but this guy's gonna like, he's gonna get a headache because you're basically managing Fulham, not managing Fulham, but you're
The director of football.
One of Jacksonville. Also, what else has he got going on?
Those 2 jobs and
AW, and you're doing Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
there's so much going on, bro. You're gonna make mistakes.
He's gonna have to spread out the payload.
I'm sure he's gonna hire someone to be able to run it for him.
What technically should happen? Yeah? I can't lie. If I'm honest, I don't know. You guys can agree with me or not, but merge it.
Well, ROH and AEW.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. There's a lot of people on the roster, but it's the only way things are gonna work.
It's gonna happen.
So what we're gonna
Bro, how can you manage? It's like you.
No, the thing is, it's not a
unless he treats Ring of Honor like international football, like international football. Do you know what I mean? Like he's a manager international. When he comes, all he needs to do is basically tick off. Okay, that match cool. That match is cool. That match is cool. Done.
Yeah,
and he goes back to AEW.
That's basically what I'm.
So he's gonna get a book. He's gonna give someone a pen. Then he's gonna.
He's the pen. No, he's gonna book it. No, for now he's gonna book it. But I feel like over time it's gonna get to a situation. He's gonna realize where I've got too much on my plate. And
we don't know what form it's going to be. We don't know right now. We don't know if Sinclair are going to they want the TV on their stations. We don't know if he's just going to be booking 2 shows a month. Like we don't know right now. So if he's booking 2 shows a month, for example, that's not exactly the most physically taxing thing to do. If he's going to be writing TV because Sinclair want to keep the TV show, well then that's a different story.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't want to say too much about that. But the big part of the sale, and the most important part of the sale, is the videotape library, which is exactly what the purchase was really all about, because there was no... Buying the trademarks is one thing. I don't know what Ring of Honor is really worth in 2022, but there was no contracted wrestlers. There was no one under contract. Literally, Ring of Honor was practically out of business.
Empty.
Yeah, it was out of business. It's not like when Vince bought WCW, where he bought a company and everyone lost their jobs. It's like, there was no jobs to be lost at that point.
Everyone out first.
Yeah, they were trying to get rid of it and they sold it. But the videotape library is the most important part of the purchase, because Tony Khan, since he started AEW, has been creating content. Dynamite is content. Those 3-hour darks that we get, it's not about. It's literally just building up hours and hours of videotape tape library. Before, yeah, I felt that he was probably wanting to do at some point an AEW network like WWE, but we saw that didn't really work out for WWE, and now they license their content to Peacock, which is great. They get $205 million a year to license that, and there's always been rumors about Tony Khan negotiating with HBO Max to, get a streaming service going on there. So I think that eventually, now he's got all that footage of AEW since the beginning,
Plus Ring of Honor,
and I don't know how many hours it is, but it's 20 years of footage of Ring of Honor.
That's going to be amazing.
That's a lot of content now that he can sell. And there's also more tape libraries out there that he can still get his hands on.
Yeah.
So, it's a massive deal. And
because even with the HBO rumors, they said there was going to be like another international company that he's going to try to secure their tape library.
HBO Max is massive. It's like they've got 73 million subscribers in America. Peacock's only at 17 million. It's a new service, to be fair, with Peacock, but HBO Max is massive. But yeah, there are videotape libraries out there that are available. I don't know what they mean in the long run in terms of I don't know if people are going to be interested in them, but it's content nonetheless.
Yeah. And it's something to pitch to a network. To be like, listen, I've got this, because then it's all about numbers. So I've got this amount of content to pitch to you. This is going to go on the network. But I was even talking to you, because HBO Max doesn't occur in the UK. It's not a service in the UK, but Peacock is. Obviously, I know WWE Network is still here, but Peacock is a service in the UK. So how would that? So let's say they were to sign a deal with HBO Max and all the stuff is on the streaming service. How would that translate to the UK? Would we still have? Yeah,
they've got to deal with Fight TV over here. So if you want to get the AEW archive minus the pay-per-views, you'd have to subscribe to Fight TV. As of right now, that I know of, which is $5.99 a month, and you get the full library of Dynamite, Rampage.
Oh yeah,
you get all that minus the pay-per-views. You get the TV specials that they've done, but right now, I don't see them breaking that deal with Fight. I think it's quite successful, the relationship they got with Fight.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now they've got all those hours to sell to HBO Max, and there's a lot of videotape libraries out there. Videotape libraries are, it's mad, right? Because back in the day when promoters used to have their TV shows, no one knew in 1970s and the 1980s what pro wrestling videotapes would be worth 30 years in the future. So what guys did back then was they'd get the tapes, like promoters, they get the tapes and they tape over them. So there's so much wrestling footage that doesn't exist anymore.
Wow, what?
Telling me there's footage from WWE that people have.
No, not WWE.
Ring of Honor.
No. I'm talking about back in the day. So if you look at San Francisco, all the territories from back in the day, the promoters obviously didn't know how valuable this stuff would be worth. These old Pat Patterson matches. There's hardly any Pat Patterson matches in his prime. On film, because what happened was they were taped, and then because videotapes were so expensive and no one understood the value, they just taped over them.
Basically, what I used to do was
they just taped over them, so all that history has disappeared. So Vince Mancini used to keep his stuff, and Jim Crockett used to keep his stuff, but no one else really did. So when WWF bought WCW, they got the whole Jim Crockett archive, which was 20 odd years old, and then they got the ECW archive because Paul obviously taped everything. But years after years and years, when they were trying to buy all the archives, they bought AWA. They literally bought what Van Gagne had available. It is literally what was left. And when they bought Fritz von Erich's World Class stuff, it was what was left. So if you go on the network, there's loads of bits and pieces of stuff. There's lots of weeks missing because they don't have the tapes anymore. Now, the tapes still exist because I'm sure Jim Cornette has all sorts of stuff, and I've seen Dave Meltzer's video footage. I'm sure he's got them too, but they don't own that. They just happen to have copies of it.
So obviously, I tried to go in the Smoky Mountains archive here. I was trying to find a match between Undertaker versus the Gangsters, and I couldn't find any matches. I couldn't find the footage of Undertaker versus New Jack.
Yeah, that's on? They'd have that. They just don't have it on the network.
Why not?
Well, here's the thing. When they bought these tape libraries, one of the big costs was digitizing it all.
Yeah, that's expensive. That shit's expensive.
When they bought the WCW archive, as an example, they hired this company called Zacconi, and Zacconi's job was to get all that footage from back in the day and digitize it. But, good story here, they realized that when they bought the WCW archives, I've heard this story so many times from people that were there, when they were getting all the WCW videotapes delivered to them, there's pallets and pallets and pallets of videotapes. There was guys freaking out because they opened them up and none of the tapes were labeled. Fuck. So, you ever watch WCW pay-per-views and wonder why their video packages were so shit? Nothing was logged. So they had to hire more people to watch the tapes. to watch the tapes, list them, time them.
So these men are filming on film roll cameras, like actual.
No, back then,
no,
actual videotapes, actual solid
cassettes.
Yeah, back in the day it was
Okay,
cassettes.
cool. I thought you mean it was
Reel to reel.
I thought you meant real. I thought it was doing on reels. Okay,
No, but that's still watching.
Cassettes is long still. Because
Watching hours of footage and then labeling it and then
They got that footage, okay, they wanted to have an on-demand video service, or sorry, it was a channel. They wanted a wrestling channel. So great, let's do that. But now they've got all this footage that someone's got to go through. It took like 3 years to do that. And when they finally did it was like 2005, 4 years after they actually did the purchase. But so yeah, that's the long story of what WWE has anyway. But as far as what else is available, there's actually ECW videos
that's not on there.
No, but there's some still available that WWE don't own.
Why?
Because they're owned by a guy called Rob Feinstein, and he would have taped them, and he's got rights to those tapes. It's about 40 different shows, like 40 different events.
So this Rob guy,
Rob Feinstein, he's the guy that created Ring of Honor.
And he basically set up a camera crew, and
he worked for ECW, and he taped those tapes. He taped all those events, and he has those shows. So TK could buy those.
Oof.
There's also there's still value in ECW, so that's something that's
100%.
What about XFW?
XPW. I don't know who owns the XPW. Not XPW. XWF. Which one did you
What's the
mean?
one with the guy that basically ripped off his finger?
Oh, that's XPW. He's not going to buy that.
No. That footage is not nothing. No one needs that footage.
No one's
not
going to need that
valuable.
footage. No, the footage that New Japan obviously have got their own stream service. The footage that he'd probably want to get would be All Japan video library. But that's probably something that he would love to get his hands on. The problem is
it's not WWE, is it? Because obviously I know WWE had the thing where they had Undertaker going over there, Bret Hart going over there. Bret Hart?
to where? Sorry.
To All Japan. They had like a. Do you remember Undertaker had a match with Hakushi? Is it
Hakushi? That was
Hakushi.
Michinoku Pro. Yeah.
Oh,
That was just they had a big show and they paid to use the Undertaker for that night. Back then, WWE was in financial peril and they were trying to get money from all over the place, so they would book wrestlers out. So they paid $50,000 to get the Undertaker to do that match with Hakushi.
How likely do you think is it that they get AJPW's library? Because I think AJPW still.
They still run.
They still run. So it's like, why would they sell their library?
But they could, and $100,000 or whatever for some tapes is a lot of money to some of these promoters. But I don't know.
Would it be like a dual licensing thing where like both of them would own something?
I don't know if they would do that, because then they'd want to license it to HBO Max and they'd want all that money, wouldn't they? So yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where that's something we'd have to see. But that's what's going on right now with the tape library. They want footage and they want to sell it to HBO Max to create just to get that money. If WWE got $205 million for licensing their stuff, if AEW got 40 a year, that's a massive amount of money.
Yeah.
So that's what we are with the Ring of Honor sale, and that's what it's all about. It's about that tape library.
And it's an amazing library.
It's an amazing library.
It's an amazing library. There's so many moments I need to go back and watch and just even take in, like, it's crazy. And he owns All In now.
And he owns All In, yeah.
All In's on YouTube, by the way. It's a very good pay-per-view.
Incredible.
First time I was introduced to Kenny Omega. I've never seen Kenny Omega before. And big up Derek the historian. I call it the historian. He's the one that told me to watch it. So I watched it and I was like, oh, sick. Yeah. I remember I even stayed up late for the actual... did you see when they done the thing where they announced at Vegas? Was it Vegas? When they announced AW.
With the press conference.
Yeah, I was watching that as well.
That press conference was bad.
The only person I knew from there was Jericho in
yeah.
Pac. And I was like, bro, doesn't Pac have normal clothes?
No.
Yeah,
It's crazy everywhere with them.
Full gears.
It was double nothing. The double nothing.
Double nothing presser. Yeah.
Yo, I was watching one of the early Dynamite episodes on YouTube, because they have the highlights on YouTube from the early Dynamite
If you go
episodes.
back,
Yeah. I saw Pac. Yeah, fam. Pac. The Pac now would eat that Pac alive. Even know what I mean? Like,
he's put on weight.
Yeah.
But go on.
Yo,
Pac
it's now
looks
time for Ask Wrestlings, where you send us questions. What does it say again? Whatever. Yeah, it's now time for Ask Wrestlings.
I should have been playing.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We got a question from Off the Mat. Big up Off the Mat. Is Jade Cargill going to hit 50 or no, considering she's just burning through the women's division?
What's she on 30 now, isn't it?
Yeah, like 10 bags on a Friday. And who defeats her? I'm calling for Statlander to dethrone her, but not until the end of the year.
Yeah, I say Statlander.
That's a shout.
Statlander needs something to do, because Statlander is like one of the most talented women in that division.
She's on the island at the moment. I don't know where she is.
Yeah, she's
on the island.
Statlander needs something. So yeah, I'd say Statlander. I'd say, does she get to 50 or no?
I think she should.
I say
could.
she could.
Why not? There's no one here that she should lose to right now.
Yeah, like she can go on the run for a while.
Does it? Well, if she has matches, if she has a duplicate match, does that also add to her streak in it, right?
Well, yeah.
The Goldberg have a duplicate match.
Yeah, like if you do rematch, again, it's a separate match. Yeah.
I don't know what Goldberg's real record was. That
108.
It wasn't real.
108, right?
They were just bumping that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
probably like really like maybe 80 or something like that. But he had multiple matches that were. He
That
beat
was-
Steve McMichael like 4 times. I remember.
Yeah, I remember. Big up Gigi. Gigi asks, now that 2K22 is out, I want to know who your champion is going to be in universe mode. World tag team champions and mid card champs.
I ain't got the game, so.
But I'll say if I were to play the game, I think the world champ, therefore, for me, obviously, I like to incorporate. I don't know if you can incorporate. Can you incorporate create stars?
Yeah.
So if I bring in a star,
Yeah.
I will put the title on Kenny Omega at Raw. Tag team champs probably have Street Profs. The world mid card champ probably have I'll bring in Cody as a mid card champ.
Good IC champion.
IC champion, yeah, basically. Okay, cool. Anyone else that?
I don't have a
Yeah.
Xbox. So
Yeah.
I got a Switch. I got 2 Switches. I got 2.
Is that on Switch?
I think it'd be similar to
I don't
yours,
think it's
but
on
nah.
No, Switch. They should bring out Switch.
Switch is good.
You know what it is? Yeah.
Do you know what? They're bringing 2K23.
Yeah, probably.
So you're gonna.
No,
Yeah.
the system doesn't have the capacity.
Yeah, because they tried to do it with, was it 20 or 19?
2K19, yeah.
The Elimination Chamber was doing Shangala.
Swear.
But the Switch is not a strong system in terms of like hardware.
It's good for. I played FIFA on it. It's quite good.
Yeah, that would be.
I got a Switch just to play San Andreas.
I was like, oh yeah. Mr. Fruit.
Do you know I tried Mario Kart the other day? There's a gaming bar in Stratford after I finished.
Here's a gaming bar, yeah,
After I finished that, I touched down there.
Platform, innit?
Yeah, I tried playing Mario
Is it
Kart
Westfield?
8.
Or is it Old Mall?
No, it's like so when you're coming out of Stratford and then
Is it an Old Mall or the?
no. It's like it's closer to Stratford Centre than Westfield.
So that's the Old Mall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried there, yeah. And for Mario Kart 8, yeah, it's like it's the controls and then that don't. Okay, here's the tip. Don't try 200. Don't try. Do you know how there's 50, 100, 150 class? Don't try 200 class. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll give it a go though.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
give
called
it a go.
Escape.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Mr. Frimpong asks, should Brian Cage realign with Team Taz and turn on Ricky Starks?
No,
Ricky doesn't need Brian Cage. Definitely does. Yeah.
Brian Cage already turned on Team Taz.
Yeah.
And literally just.
I don't know. Listen,
No. He said, does Brian Cage can Brian? Okay.
If you go back.
Does he go back to Team Taz and they turn on Ricky Starks?
to do what?
Brian Cage needs them more than they need him.
I don't know what's going on with Brian Cage.
Oh, do you know?
Could they
Have
restart
you
his
watched the
contract?
Ospreay match? No, apparently Kenny Omega's the one that even ushered in Brian Cage to come back.
But why
'Cause
though?
They saw the Ospreay match.
I don't know.
They therefore saw that Ospreay match.
Oh, they would have seen it, but they knew he could work
They,
anyway.
no, this ain't this ain't WWE. Them man, all of them man know how Brian Cage can work. It's nothing. I don't know what they want to
They're
do with
holding
him.
that man hostage.
They
because if he wanted to go, he asked them to go and they'd let him go. But
Most likely, yeah.
yeah. I don't-
I'm
it's
not
just a
saying he's
pay.
happy, but, yeah.
He's not happy, but he's like he's got a paycheck and he's like
Literally,
chilling in canteen. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not crying team on my TV, but like he's a talented guy.
I like him in ring.
He's a very talented guy, but it's just like really and truly with how stacked the roster is right now.
He needs to be rubbing shoulders with the big men. Just big menville. Just go ham on them.
And just be honest, I mean, like, if he left AEW, what's he really going to do? Like, I don't see WWE picking him up or whatever, and like, I don't know what else he'd do. He can take indie dates now, so why not just stay in AEW, get that weekly check, and then take your indie dates?
Do House of Glory and that.
I hear Niche Brand Strong's cooking.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they. I don't know. He's super talented, but
No, he's very talented.
Yeah,
Very talented. Very good wrestler. Like I loved him in Lucha Underground, but yeah,
Oh man.
loved him in Lucha Underground. He's very good.
SCW, the wrestling channel, big up you guys, man. I think we've done some collaborate content with them recently. He asked, who has been your favorite celebrity to come out of the world of wrestling? I think mine was Mike Tyson. I'll never forget when I saw Mike Tyson come into the world of wrestling. I lost my shit. Do you agree?
my favourite that I ever watched,
Cyndi Lauper.
biggest one was Mr. T. That was the most groundbreaking. But my favourite was actually Floyd. I really liked Floyd and the Big Show.
Oh
That was
yes,
so much fun.
yes. Open up, please.
I thought that was really fun.
Trying to think of celebrities.
There's Bad Bunny
Kim
coming.
Kardashian.
Dennis Rodman.
That was exciting as well.
Yeah. I mean, people look back. You know what? Revisionist history and stuff. People talk about how bad it was because they watched the match, but during the period it was on, it was
the
good
finals,
stuff.
wasn't it?
It was great stuff.
Just to clarify,
Week to week, it was hot.
He came back, by the way.
he missed training or something just to.
No,
Yeah.
he basically had training the same
Yeah.
day and flew over to do night.
Yeah,
and he
Dennis
came back.
Rodman's sick.
And what's man, he did it twice. So he appeared
Oh,
in
is
the match
it?
twice, didn't he?
He Dennis Rodman did loads of those episodes of Nitro.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did loads. He wrestled a few matches for WCW, but it was the first one that was massive at the time. Like, well, the second one did better business, but the whole lead up to the first match, it was so huge. He was such a big star
And he done
at that time.
And he done that shit Australian match as well with Mr. Perfect. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
I would say when the first time we saw Ronda in WWE at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was her and The Rock.
That was great.
Because that was when Ronda's star like was just
Oh yeah.
like
That's
Ronda was
amazing.
so clear, and I was like, whoa, like this would be lit. This would be lit. So yeah, I'd say that's probably one of my favorites. And then match wise, Pat McAfee clear. Pat McAfee.
I'm upset that they're.
We're not talking about celebrities.
Yeah, favorite celebrities that's coming that wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, nah, none come to mind for me still. For now.
I think it's.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Logan Paul could hold his own in that match. I mean,
Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania.
Lawrence Taylor was
he had
cool.
a really good match.
That's cool. That's WrestleMania 10.
11. It was 11. People, it's one of those. It was it's a long time ago, but he was really good in that match.
He looked rough though.
and the match was like breathing hard. Like I think they interviewed him like breathing hard at the end of the match, like
I don't
blowing.
blame it, fam.
You go on.
Oh, to be honest.
Yeah, Lincoln asked a question. Big up you, Lincoln. He said, I think AEW could make a good heel out of Darby if used right. Not a heel that has the other man doing his business, aka Britt Baker, but somewhat an anti-hero that has his best interest at heart that leads to good ditching, Sting, and targeting Major Gold.
I don't think that works.
Nah, he's too small to be a heel. I'm so sorry. Like he's a babe. Like that he can be like a tweener or somebody.
Yeah, like something like
somebody
that.
who's like out for himself, sure, but like a bona fide heel, like
No, not bona fide heel, like in between.
because of Darby's size, he has to.
Questions, fam.
Yeah, okay. No, because of Darby's size, he has to wrestle in a chaotic and reckless way. But because he wrestles in that way, it gets him over. So it's kind of like, what do you want Darby to do? Stomp a mud hole in someone? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
Also, you got to remember as well, with heels, they're kind of like cowards as well when they wrestle. So it will be awkward seeing
Darby
Darby
hadn't been a coward, yeah.
like backing away from a fight.
Doing this,
That makes sense.
When my man does the best suicide dive,
Unless,
in the game.
like I've always said, wrestling is so unpredictable. You never know what can happen.
I mean, it could happen because if Sting can become Joker Sting, I mean, I don't think he can go fully heel. He'll have to be an
a
anti-hero.
tweener, yeah, like a loner.
Have we addressed the fact that Jeff Hardy and Sting are now in the same wrestling promotion?
I don't want.
we're good though.
If I'm honest,
I don't need them in the ring.
I don't want to talk about it. That gives me like it feels like I watched the Illuminati video. Like it makes me feel. It makes me. 'Cause I remember the first time you sent me the video. I didn't know about it. I didn't watch it on TNA. I felt scared watching it.
Yeah, Jeff just looked,
the music,
yeah.
the music that they're playing in the video, everything about it just makes me
I'd
scared.
say, I think we'll get a tag match.
Yeah, tag.
We'll get a tag match, which is fine.
Nabil Dad, big up Nabil.
Big
Dad,
up
bro, I
Nabil.
love it. I want to see.
Nabil.
I need to see this. I need to see this year, fam. No cap.
Rev Pro,
Yeah.
Rev Pro, man.
If you got Rev Pro,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's coming on Rev
You
Pro.
got Rev Pro, Suzuki? That's right.
Wait, when
I
is
can't.
it? This week?
Dogs that I need to go after. So
Next one.
Huh?
For sure.
This week.
my boys are going. But
Oh, yeah?
I can't.
I don't think it's this
Let's link up with your boys, man.
I'll tell them.
Yeah.
I love 8 dogs. Can't do it.
He asked top prodigies in wrestling today.
What in terms of
Like,
Oh, this too.
Give me quick fire.
what of all what today?
I'm
Today, right
guessing
now,
they're
yeah.
young. They're young.
Oh,
They have to be
damn,
young.
I was gonna say all time.
I'm so sorry, yeah. Man, they're gonna get onto me. I don't know how man is, yeah. But Grayson Weller, yeah.
oh,
good,
hey, he's hard.
Keep
He's
your
hard.
eyes
He's hard.
on that brother. Like you're
No,
not
but I
watching
knew
NXT
it.
2.0, right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
There's a brother called Grayson Weller in there, yeah.
I know.
Won me
He's-
over
Is
straight
he
away.
the
Have you seen his elbow drops?
Fam.
Have you seen elbow drops?
No, I saw,
Bro, man
I saw the gift.
through the legs.
Prodigy.
He's
Yeah,
up. Prodigy, yeah. He's on
The
Breaker-
ages style.
Von Breaker, he's gone main roster still. He yeah.
I think Vince saw him on Monday and was like,
I want
Yeah,
that.
he done well Monday.
Remember, Bron. Remember to smile.
The hard cam, he was hard cam. He knew what the hard cam was. He knew what all the cameras were. Like
That's
he
a
was.
star. That's a star. It could be a star.
His promos, I don't really feel him. You know, he's
I
very.
don't like that fucking name.
When it's
Yeah, you're gonna change this. Give him.
I mean, obviously it's just the
intense.
obvious one, but like MJF, he's a prodigy.
Prodigy, yeah.
He's a prodigy.
Give him,
Like,
give him.
Could you guys imagine Jimmy Kimmel introducing that name on the Tonight Show?
What, Bron Breaker?
Could you imagine?
Bron
how silly
Breaker.
that
Yeah, no,
sounds
I
to
know.
regular
Wait,
person?
what's his
But
real
it's
name again?
because they don't want us to acknowledge he's a Steiner or
It's
something.
cool. When he
real-
goes to AEW, he could be Rex Steiner.
Oh wait,
Rex Steiner,
yeah.
Yeah, the Rex Steiner is
Can't you negotiate and say, listen? Well, he chose
it's
it.
WWE. What's negotiation? You negotiate what's your main event in WrestleMania. That's what you negotiate. When you prove that you're a draw, kid. All right, kid.
There's only two of them here.
It's like that, trust me.
There's two of them there, and they get what they want.
Exactly.
Mex, WrestleMania UK, we love you.
What's up, Mex?
bro. He said, who from the main roster would you make the first Ring of Honor champion, Ring of Honor tag team champions of the Tony Khan era?
Oh wow.
Give me FTR champions, FTR versus Briscoes. Let them go hammer and tongs and that.
Let Adam Cole get that
But it's
world
also-
title back.
The ROH
No.
one.
You don't want Adam Cole
No.
claiming that.
Adam Cole's.
Not gonna lie.
Adam Cole's clear. He's done what he needs to do in Ring of Honor.
Not gonna lie.
I mean,
Put Lethal.
Lethal.
I give
That's
give
solid.
I'll give new generation. Give one of the new guys. Give Lee Moriarty a go.
No, but I feel like as champs, you need they need to beat someone established. That's how you establish a new person, innit? I feel like you can with a mid card title, you can put a new guy.
So what's Jonathan Gresham? He's on the island. He's on the island, isn't it?
He's chilling. I don't know what he's doing right
I
now.
don't know.
But
He's on the island. So
He was at Dynamite a couple weeks ago.
yeah,
was he?
yeah.
Doing what? Did he come out?
Nah, chilling. Backstage.
He's on the island. He's on the island, fam.
He's chilling. They have good relationships with everyone there, so like, you're definitely gonna see him on Dynamite. Now he owns the Ring of Honor. Like, you're definitely gonna see him.
For sure.
That's a hell of a wrestler as well, live. Like, you should
Yeah.
be surprised. Yeah, he's awesome.
Time to watch him.
When he was in CCK, I watched him beer times. Like,
Already asked this question already. What was your favorite match of Revolution? So we'll go to the next question. The Bill asked, what are some of your dream matches that's never happened? Oh, this man.
Never.
Never happened. That never happened.
We'll be here for a
never,
long
man.
time.
Taker Stings one.
Shawn Michaels, AJ.
Goldberg versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Punk Austin.
that's one I think of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Punk Austin should have happened, man.
But Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Austin
Yeah.
Goldberg would have been.
Lesnar versus Austin. We were close.
Yeah,
but we
King
didn't.
of the Ring. Yeah.
Oh, there's too many. Like,
Never happened.
Do you know something? What's sport now? Because we can mention a dream match for wrestlers now. It's already happened.
Yeah, and it's probably happened.
Because so much
back
in the
indie.
promotions, like
Yeah.
for example, I think the one that spun me the most is when I saw the match between CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, and Rey Mysterio. Do you know how fucked up that sounds?
What is it?
Have you seen the match? It's on YouTube.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, CM Punk's versus the
CM Punk, we're saying triple threat match. CM Punk versus Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Bookmark that now. Watch that when you go home. Have you seen that? Do you remember that
I've
match?
seen
What,
it.
what's that old school
Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna have this. That was when Eddie got
Yeah.
fired or something, isn't it?
Eddie what? The first ring of. I'll tell you a story. I met Eddie Guerrero. All right.
What?
Yeah, I've met Eddie Guerrero.
In London.
Speak
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
that for me.
I got
Please.
pictures. I
Speak
got
on
pictures
that,
from Eddie Guerrero.
please.
I'll put 'em on, I'll send 'em to
Storytelling
you.
knowledge.
Please send him. Yeah.
But I met.
Archive.
As in
Yeah,
Vince La Raza.
I met shitloads of wrestlers
I
over
call
the
him
years,
knowledge,
right? I met Eddie Guerrero, right? And I was so excited for the Ring of Honor show because he wrestled super crazy on the show. And when I met him, I said to him, "Yo, I'm so excited to see this super crazy match." I said, "What are you thinking about this?" It was like the week after, and he said, "I've never seen him wrestle." I said, "You've never seen
He's super crazy wrestle.
I said, "You've never seen him wrestle?" And he says, "I've never seen him wrestle." He said, "I've heard he's great," but I said, I've never seen him wrestle. I said, but he said, "I can work lucha, so how hard can it be?" And he laughed, and I was like, "Yeah, it's true." But it wasn't. The match actually wasn't that good.
You know what?
Oh.
I hear Eddie on that one because it's not as if you can say I'm gonna go on YouTube and see this guy's style. Like you have to get people's tapes.
Yeah.
innit? So I hear that.
Yeah,
I
book
hear
that much. You got to bookmark it.
Just
Watch me go
now,
home, yeah.
I'll spun.
Kieran, big up Kieran, man. Hopefully,
Big up
your
Kieran.
new account's popping, man. Obviously, so we heard what happened and stuff. As Team Ashashi, they need to let it go. He needs. I need your very in-depth analysis of Chase Owens versus Jade in the New Japan card.
You see?
Still, Chase Owens is trash.
Give me the
I've watched the new.
Right, in case.
Nah, he's stealing the living. I'm so. Yeah, is it called Bully Club?
He's Wrestle Kingdom opener every
year.
King of Pros.
It's not even like opener of the main show.
He's not even a job.
Man,
He's
just there. It's there.
Big up to man for having a full-time job for all those years.
Yeah.
You know how hard them gaijin jobs in New Japan are hard.
Yeah, they're hard to come by, but
no. Do
you know what? I haven't even watched the match he's saying, but no, just the names involved, no.
Chase Owens is
Man, I ain't watching that. I need to catch up. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I got.
Shingo and Ishii needs to be what? Like,
Don't worry, me and the TDM member got something special coming for you soon. Don't worry, yeah.
I've got 4 more questions to go.
Osprey Shingo was recently.
That was last year.
That was last year.
Mr. Frimpong asks, who had a bigger impact on wrestling, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, or the NWO?
I thought you were gonna say the New Day, fam. Because he said the New.
Sorry, I was gonna say New World Order. But I definitely thought that Stone Cold had a bigger. No, I feel that new. Okay, cool.
Do you know,
if we're talking in terms
they
of,
play hand in hand because when the NWO was around, they were winning the rating wars, innit? Then when Austin 316, done his thing.
Well, I think 316 they won the wars way after that, right? Well, in fact, let Elle talk.
What do you think?
There was this. What do I think? That's a tough question because when the NWO started and Hogan turned heel, WCW was clear. Like there was no WWF. It took 2 years for them to catch up, and they weren't even close for that 2 years. And Austin was a big deal 2 years later. Yeah, like there's a myth that once Austin cut that promo, he was like some big shit. Yeah. He wasn't. He was.
To build himself, man.
Yeah, he was wrestling on the pre-game shows for 2 months and stuff like that after he cut that promo. So it's like. Austin overall was probably, I don't know, it's a tough one. They were both massive. It's like, you look back on it, you'd think Austin, but NWO, that was such a big angle. Like, it really did change wrestling. They entered the boom period in wrestling because of the NWO. And once Hogan turned heel, that was the biggest thing in wrestling, probably from when he won the title in '84.
Yeah. That's like Captain America turning evil. You know?
Oh man,
do you know he's gonna make evil Captain America, right?
Yeah, I think Hydra or something.
I don't even want to spoil it for you, but
Really?
apparently in the new Doctor Strange film, there's gonna be evil to Captain America.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to watch that still.
Thanks.
That's not even a spoiler. It's in the trailer.
That movie.
Watch the trailer bit by bit. You'll see.
Crazy.
I mean, I watch New
There's too
Rockstars.
much-
They break down the trailer for me.
There you go.
Even
Straight.
sorry.
Sorry. I don't know if it's a question, bro, but Straight Edge, Devastator said Wardlow will regret that momentary memory lapse next week. He will dethrone the TNT champion, then have his last words to MJF last week about winning his matches for him to come back on. MJF will win the TNT title thanks to Wardlow.
I know what he means. Basically, remember when MJF cut the promo last week saying that when you win the title, give it to me.
Gives me, yeah.
But I don't think Wardlow's winning.
Oh, you think?
Shenanigans.
Black and proud T-shirt with the belt. He can't lose that.
He can't lose
The community. Emergency space.
If you lose that one,
Yeah, it's peak.
Unless they told him he was going to lose and he'd done that.
I feel like he done that.
Black man, bro. Title, no title.
Listen, also as well, it's taken him like 3 tries to get this title, so it will be too soon for him to lose the belt.
but I can't lie. If he lost it, I wouldn't be angry.
I'd be perfectly fine.
I'm
I'm not keen on him.
Same here. I can't even. Like,
If he somehow got past Wardlow,
he's good at what he does, but like I'm invested in Wardlow, so yeah.
Man's good.
Yeah.
I would have preferred Andrade winning it last week or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna.
I wanted Andrade.
Andrade's getting fun now, though.
I wanted Andrade. That triple threat match on Rampage was a banger.
Yo, that powerbomb suplex. I've never seen that before.
Oh,
That was
fam.
mad.
Yeah.
It's one of the spots here where you think that why hasn't it been done before? And then when you see it in real life, it was like
It's
beautiful.
Is there one more question?
Yeah, there's like 3 more.
Alright, cool.
I'll try and get to it quickly.
Yeah.
We'll just do one after the other. Gabe the Kid, big up Gabe the Kid. What do you think is next for Hangman after beating Adam Cole? Lots of people think that we're leaning towards the Buck reunion. Do you think they're gonna pull the trigger on this? We think we've answered this question.
Yeah, it's written in the stars. It's gonna
It's
happen.
got to lose the title something.
I was gonna
Let's go
say I
next
feel like
one.
he drops it before.
Silicon Valley. Yeah, big up you, bro. Does Silicon Steve Valley of High? Does MJF change his mind and take Wardlow's title shot? And does he beat Sammy next week? That's what I think.
Well, it's not Sammy, it's Scorpio now, but yeah. No, MJF is gonna screw Wardlow. He's gonna screw him out of the match because like Wardlow said I'm not working for him no more. Like I'm on my own team. He's gonna screw him. He's gonna screw him.
Oh, you know you should screw him though. What's his name? Sean Spears.
Yeah, with the turn.
They'll do the match. They'll have to get to that match before they get to MJF. You know, it'd be great if Max said, "You know what? I'll release you from your contract, but you got a 90 day."
No compete.
Did they actually show him sign the contract?
No, Wardlow just came.
Yeah. Last question from Caleb Q. What's your dream stable for young killers for Mox, Regal, and Danielson? I think it's a myth now because Thingy's gone to whatever.
That upset me a bit still.
Yeah, that ruined it. Yeah, Jericho having Garcia.
The Jericho appreciation.
It ruined equilibrium still.
Yeah.
Do you know what? FTR fired Tully though.
Which was random.
Where did they find him?
They fired him yesterday.
Because reasons.
It was a very rushed segment.
I think
it was a very rushed segment.
I think that might be how the Briscoes get introduced. I'm not sure, but he might just think come back with this other tag team, the Briscoes.
Could do.
Briscoes.
I don't see Tully with
The Briscoe.
It's very rough edge.
They don't
know. That's the only thing.
We're that call field.
Where's the authors are playing at the moment, by the way? Are they still signed?
They need to be doing stuff, man.
They put good matches, man.
They can't. I think they did something. They did like this live signing or something. Like they're all around.
If guys get fired and they don't wrestle after that, that just says whatever you need to know about what they want to do. So I don't think
ambition.
Ryback wrestles in 2018. I keep seeing his name.
Ryback, if you see this, come back though, man.
Leave him.
Oh, she's gonna get us blocked now. the rest of us
get blocked by Ryback can sleep at night, man. It's alright. But yeah, is that it?
That's the final question, man. Bro. Whoa. It's been a good episode. I've enjoyed it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was a good episode, man.
I think we're
good to have you back.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. I'm still feeling a bit poorly, but yeah, we're good. I'm good to be back in the UK, man.
Come on,
next time, defo, without the kids. Without the kids, but yeah. What else to look forward to this week? Anything to look forward to this week? Apparently, Monday we got WWE's in Jacksonville.
Raw Jacksonville.
Oh wait.
Which is very good. I think
in Jacksonville, you know.
As of right now, we ain't signed.
Yeah, I don't see. No.
Do you hear that thing good about what? Do you know how the Go Big Show finale?
But he's got other options in terms of what companies.
He's got other options. He's got. They said the other day that he's got other options in terms of he could still go back to AEW. That door isn't closed, from what I understand, and he's obviously got options. Non-wrestling options as well.
Yeah, of course, TV.
So I mean, WWE money-wise would be good, but the door in AEW isn't closed yet. Now, here's the thing: do I see him going back?
No,
not now.
Not
too soon.
Yeah, I don't know, but the offers he could go back. Yeah. It's not done. That's my point.
I'm not gonna lie though, I actually want him to go to WWE because Cody Rhodes is like the real prodigal son. If he goes back,
it'll be nice.
I don't think he sees it that way.
And especially we see
he's a wrestler. He sees it from a different perspective.
If you did watch Raw on Monday, which was a great showing still. The boy Seth and Kevin Owens have literally, from what I've seen, they split up.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Kevin Owens is going on the Stone
now
Cold
chasing Stone Cold, but we also had a shot of Seth Rollins backstage, just fed up. What? Yeah, I saw that still.
It's Athena tweeting Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill is doing an open challenge.
The Seeds.
She's available.
Yeah, she's available. So, but yeah, so I definitely feel like Seth is gonna have a match with him. Because
if he signs,
it would be nice, man.
That'd be a good match. Do you like Seth?
I haven't seen him wrestle for years, but I always thought he was a good wrestler.
He's always been a good wrestler, but then character-wise, he stepped up.
I think Seth was an AW.
I'm telling you, if Seth is such a good wrestler now, if the shackles came off, you know,
I hate this question. If my grandma had wheels, she would be a bike.
AK, hear me out.
Oh,
AK, hear me out.
No. This is no disrespect to Seth. Seth is like a generational wrestler. But I'm tired of if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike, bruv. Allow it, cuz.
Listen. You watch anime. You know Naruto. You know when the weights come off. You know when the weights come off Rock Lee. You know how mad he moves. That is Seth Rollins.
But are the weights coming off?
The weight, I mean, I don't know.
No, they're not coming off.
That's what I'm talking about.
Seth is never leaving WWE.
He can't.
He's fired.
Yes, which he won't.
Hey, Seth, just fail one drug test, bro.
Seth is not leaving WWE. But yeah, man, that's it.
Yeah, guys, appreciate you guys for listening, tuning in. Appreciate everyone that's listening on Spotify. We've hit 2 hours on this podcast. This is a rare sighting. So hope you guys enjoy it. We've had a lot of stuff in, a lot of gems. When knowledge is in town, you know what time it is.
Man of the match.
Vice captain.
This guy's got the golden seat. This guy's got the golden seat. So
everyone get their books.
Trust me, guys. Purchase our stuff on MANSCAPED. The MANSCAPED code is the Mandem. Be cleaned up, look good. Step up or be stepped on. And also, any more announcements? We've got a very big announcement coming very, very soon. I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything on camera yet, but
when's the next episode of WRESTHINGS House coming out?
Next episode of WRESTHINGS House possibly be this Saturday, God willing. I'm back to work. I was back to work today, but I'm gonna go fully back to work tomorrow. So we'll get it out for Saturday. Awesome. Saturday's one's quite like it's a nice nostalgic episode. People have been asking for it, so yeah, when you get it, you'll love it. Yeah. By the way, YouTube's trying to take down our videos. So
What WRESTHINGS House?
Your video, they took down your video.
What? Japan?
They blocked your. No, they're not the Japan. I don't even mention that one. They blocked your CM Punk video in bare countries. Wow. But they're gonna. I'm scared they're gonna try to block our thing because we're getting.
There's not that much footage on there.
Bro, because we're getting revenue now. They're gonna. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So hopefully they don't start taking out WRESTHINGS House. If they do take out WRESTHINGS House, then we'll find another way to make it work. But guys, continue to the next episode of WRESTHINGS House on Saturday. There'll be no Ask WRESTHINGS this week. Also ask whose song is it. If you want to be on whose song is it, please. I'm always saying don't hesitate, man. Just DM us, let us know what's happening. Show that you're the boss, man.
I've told my football group chat, bam. Most of them like they used to watch Ring of Honor, like the mid 2000s. I'm like, tell them pull up.
Yeah.
Kojo, you know what I'm talking to, man.
Last thing before I leave, buy our merch, wrestlings.com/Teespring or whatever. But it's on our bio as well. Check us out. Any announcements, NK? You will say something? Laps?
Get us to 10k subscribers.
10k.
Yeah, we need to put in the work though. 10k subscribers, put in the work. But yeah, guys, we'll catch you next week. I've been Anafi.
I'm Knowledge.
Lincoln Jack.
Hola.
Laps.
NK.
Guys, we'll put our guest name. We've got our guest details in the bio, so check them out. And guys, we'll see you next week. By the
Cargill, we love you.
Trust me.
And the Kia Lions, dude.
By the Mandem, for the Mandem.
Wow. You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you've enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.